Sorry we're late. Need to notify the Discord. I think we're gonna start today with because I read so there was a new patch. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a nice Sunday so far. Actually, let's start with that. I heard there's a new patch for WoW. I read a little bit of the patch notes. One of the things that I thought was pretty interesting is I don't remember the name of the dungeon. The one with Fyrakk. It's the Dragonflight dungeon where you have the fiery owl. That's soloable now. I believe there were mechanics in place prior to this patch where I don't know if it was impossible to solo or it was just a scaling issue, but the way they made it sound is you can pretty much solo it now at max level. And there's two mounts we can get from there, technically. One is a mount, which is the Fiery Owl. If you're a druid, you can also obtain the Fiery Owl flight form. So it looks just like the mount, except you transform into it. So I thought it'd be cool to start with that. I've not actually ran it in Mythic myself, ever, even with a raid. But we'll try to solo it. I thought it'd be a cool challenge. Why not try for the first time on stream with you guys? So I figured we start there. Okay, 1 second. I'm just gonna fix something really quick and then we'll get right into it. Not sure if the WoW sound is working. I don't really hear the WoW sound. Sound effects enabled, music enabled. Let's see. On stream with you guys. So let's. I'm really stoked to try Diablo as well. I saw some. I haven't watched any cinematic trailers or anything like that. I want to keep all the story elements spoiler free, but just today, early this morning, I watched a little bit about what's happening, I guess, in the X Pack. Not story wise, more system changes, stuff like that. And I didn't realize how much of an overhaul it is. They're changing quite a bit. It seems like, and what I was surprised to see is it seems like overall the general consensus, at least from the comments that I've read, seem mostly positive, which I was surprised. But that's great. I mean, I'm thrilled to hear that. Hopefully, this is a good thing for Diablo. Because I like the game. I mean, I really got into it in Diablo 4, but it's fun, and I think it has the foundation for a really quality game. I think some systems could be improved upon, but it seems like in this X Pack specifically, some of those systems are being improved upon. Some of the things that really stood out to me, at least, were having a map overlay, having a loot filter. That's absolutely huge. Both those things are amazing. So that's great because people have been asking about that for a while. There were a few other things I thought were cool as well. One thing I did see, and I hope this isn't spoilers, is it's sort of like a progression chart you create. So you can like sort of map out what activities you want to do, and as you make your way down the ladder, I guess it just sets up like a plan of action for you, where you just teleport from hellfire to dungeon to pit to boss, and then there's like something at the end. Because before you would just sort of you look at the map, okay, what should I do now? But I guess this way sort of organizes it for you. I would imagine there's more of a system to it than just organizing for the sake of organizing. But I look forward to checking it out. It seems like a cool concept. So maybe I was thinking I was gonna say tomorrow, but tomorrow's Monday. I mean, if we can get on tomorrow, that'd be cool. I don't even know what time Diablo will technically be live, but I thought maybe Tuesday we could try the new X Pack of Diablo because I've been excited about it for a long time. I have not looked at Warlocks at all. I haven't even looked at Paladins. Even when I played the game, I haven't played it in a little bit, honestly, but when I last played it, Paladins first came out. If you had the beta or you pre-purchased the X-Pack or something. Oh, so we'll do this delve really quick, and then we'll do the Dragonflight. I just saw we're right here, and it was a bountiful delve, so... but when I was in the world, I sort of wasn't even trying to pay attention to some of the Paladins' animations, because I figured it'd be most exciting to try to experience it myself for the first time. So I tried to, for the most part, avoid as much as possible regarding any new content. So I heard there was a Warlock, I know there's a Paladin, but I haven't really looked too much into it, because I look forward to trying it myself, and it's interesting. I mean, some of the Diablo classes really connect with me. I really, really like Druid, specifically the Pulverized Druid was so much fun. The Necromancer was a ton of fun. Wizard was okay. Mistborn was alright. Rogue was a blast. Never really loved Warrior. So it's sort of hit and miss, and I'm interested to see how they can create something that feels as snappy as the classes they currently have, while innovating and creating something new. Because it would suck if it just sort of felt like a warlock is a combination of a necromancer and a wizard. That would be a letdown. And I imagine it's not that. I imagine it's probably something cool and unique, and I'm excited to see what that is. One thing I saw that PoE 2 does, Path of Exile. And this is, I mean, I don't love the idea of having to pay for skins and stuff, but just the idea that you can do this, I thought it was cool that there were some paid skins you can get in Path of Exile, where you could turn your bear form into a crocodile or other animals. And you had slightly different animations, but it still sort of looked like the same animation, which is fine. And that's because a crocodile and a bear can sort of have the same animations when doing slams and stuff. You could sort of see how that would work. So as long as you pick animals that seem similar in frame, I guess, it would be cool. So I guess my point is, it'd be cool if Diablo could do something similar where you had more skins for your bear, because transmog in the game is pretty cool. And the one thing that Blizzard always, I felt, dropped the ball with is anytime they have shape-shifting classes like druids, you're pretty limited with transmog systems. Thankfully, WoW's given us a few over the years, thankfully, recently, but in Diablo, it would be cool to have the opportunity to, even if you're not different animals, just to have different, like, skin tones for the bear. Maybe things like this, like runic symbols, different colors, or like fiery hands or feet. Who knows? Who knows what it is? But just rotting bears, something to differentiate. Because I love my druid, but I mean, you transmog the druid, but I never really see it because I'm always a bear, right? So I mean, it'd be cool to have bear and a werewolf variations. I think Path of Exile, even though Diablo does have like some pay for skins, I think the Path of Exile ones are better looking. Diablo, I think overall is a more visually appealing game. It seems a little bit more, it has to have that Blizzard polish, I would say, compared to Path of Exile. The one thing Blizzard seems to separate themselves with compared to most game companies is that they really polish their games when they release them, for the most part, of course. But at least aesthetically. But just the glowing colors, the particle effects of the Path of Exile skins, I thought look much cooler than a lot of Diablo skins, even the ones you pay for. All right, we'll try to get through this really fast, and then we'll do that dungeon or the raid like I mentioned. Sorry, one sec. It's so warm today, which is wonderful. But the pollen's out in full force, which I love. You know, trees start budding and stuff. It's trash. Oh, kicked it. Oh wow, he popped up. That's really lucky. Amazing. We have it. Yeah, I've only seen him maybe once or twice this X pack, and it's always been on stream. I think. I don't think he's ever popped up when I haven't been on stream. And what's funny is the reason why I remember that is because I very rarely have seen this guy so far. This is like the Zekfir guy that used to show up last time. What happens is, if you run a Delve, I believe level 8 or higher, this guy pops up. If you're lucky. If he pops up, and you defeat him like we're doing now, when he dies, he drops a map. The map guarantees that the next Delve you complete, not this one, after this one, the next one you complete, I think on level 8 or higher, will have a 100% chance to drop a heroic level piece of equipment. And the reason why that's special is because normally Delves do not drop that high item level. So you can only get that high item level in a Delve if this guy spawns and you use that item that he drops. So that's why it's exciting. Sort of allows you to punch above your weight class, or collect above your weight class, I should say, because normally you wouldn't be able to get gear that good in here. It's, you know, we don't die, but our DPS is just not great. But at least we never die. Is Illyria here? What is she doing, I wonder? What is she? Where is she? Oh, she is there. I didn't see her because the frog is so big. Well, I'm excited to try Druid. I heard Necromancer got a whole bunch of changes as well. I didn't look at all the changes, but I'm sure all the classes are pretty fun. Oh, so what did we get? See, this is the so, anytime. Oh, it has to be +4. That's it. It's just +4. Look at that. At any time, decipher the map and guarantee that you'll find a hidden trove at the end of the next tier 4+ delve. So the contents depend on the completed delve tier. Okay, so I was slightly incorrect. If you complete an 8 or higher, I believe, you get a heroic piece. We have never done it lower than that. So I guess if you do lower than an 8, it might not be a heroic piece. It might be something else. That's what it's sort of implying. So if you get this, I would recommend doing an 8 at least, or holding on to it until you can. Most people can do an 8 pretty quickly. And the gear that you get from that map at level 8 or higher is such a huge upgrade. It's crazy. When you're mostly getting your gear from doing delves, and you get that map, it's when you see that item level for the first time, which is where we got most of these pieces. Actually, we have a lot of heroic pieces because of either running delves and then getting it from our vault, or getting these maps. But let's just maxed out. But I mean, we're quite high item level now. Like 267 is pretty freaking high, considering we've never stepped foot in a Mythic Plus. Are we even fully upgraded? We might be. I think we are now. We have some champion gear though, so. Okay, we'll wrap this up now. We're taking a little bit of time talking. We'll get this over quick so we could go do that Dragonflight dungeon. So if you look on the map, you can see these icons right here. If you make sure all these guys are eliminated before you fight the last boss in the delve, you will get this bonus reward. There's 3 out of 4 enemies remaining, so we're going to take out all 3, so it will say 0 out of 4 remaining. If there's 0 out of 4, you maximize the reward in the chest at the end. So that's why we're sort of running all around the map. Besides doing the objective of the delve, we want to make sure, even if we finish the objective and these guys are still up, we want to go out of our way to fight these guys. They don't take very long to kill, and the reward at the end, when it's maximized, is worth it. Oh, these frogs just keep... So we need to keep using the button in the middle on the frogs. And it's almost like they're spawning on top of us. Because I don't remember seeing these clusters of frogs when we first arrive. But then as we start fighting enemies, it's like we turn around and all of a sudden there's just a cluster of frogs all grouped together. And I wonder if the game is saying you're taking too long to finish this objective, so we'll start putting frogs around you, near you, spawning them on top of you, so it just you can get through this. I don't know, it just seems that way, but maybe not. Frog conspiracy. What I love about human beings is how conspiratorial we are with anything, including video games, where in WoW, if you play with people for long enough, they'll say stuff like, oh, when Nolly rolls, or when Nolly loots the boss, it's bad loot. Nolly, don't loot the boss first. Let someone else loot the boss. And people legit believe in stuff like that. Like they say, we can't, every time we have a rogue in the group, the mount never drops. We cannot, I'm sorry, we cannot have a rogue in the group. And you think I'm like sort of making this up. I'm not though. Like and it happens with everybody, or it's a human thing. It happens with sports teams, right? People are super superstitious, but I think it's funny how maybe you could see when there's like serious money on the line, like a sports team or betting or a stock market, maybe gambling, whatever. You can sort of see how maybe people would be more desperate to cling to some kind of justification of increasing their chances. Hey, Vanilla, how are you? So you could see maybe if someone's got like $10,000 on the line, maybe superstition would give them comfort that it's not just random. But I think it's fascinating that even in WoW, when there's no real money on the line, it's just loot or a mount dropping, they're still like, no, Nolly, don't loot it. Every time you loot it, it's bad loot. Let someone else loot it first. I experienced this so many times. Not me looting specifically, but that's just like an example where people will say stuff like, every time this person pulls the boss, it's a wipe. Let this person pull the boss first, because it's gonna be good juju if this person pulls the boss first. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. I promise I'm gonna figure that out soon. I promise, I promise, I promise. I'm gonna have to look into it. What day is today? Yeah. Very, very soon. Probably next weekend. Yeah, probably around like next weekend. So it might be Diablo with the new or there's some new content Diablo. Or this for 1 or 2 more streams. And then that probably. I need to grab it still, unfortunately. Why not Diablo today or Ghost of Tsushima? I need to grab the other game still. And download it, which I gotta start the night before because my internet is... It's amazing that I can stream okay, but anytime you download something, it takes forever. Like a day. Alright, so we're almost done this. We have one more. We'll find frogs along the way.
The pleasure is mine. My loyalties are my own.
What's with the frogs floating? What's that all about, I wonder? Wonder if this is like a secret or something? Or not a secret, but like an achievement or something? It just seems strange that a frog is floating in a bubble like that.
Your pain, my pleasure.
Alright, let's pull these ads with us to this guy. It's gonna take us forever. We kill stuff so slow, it's gonna take us forever to get here, so... These are the guys we need. We'll pull them. We can also do the frogs, which should finish this off for us, probably, or close to. Yeah, it finishes the frogs for us. We fight all these enemies. That should fill up our bar as well. And then we can fight the final boss. And we should be out of here, and then we can do the mount farm. Another mount farm also I'd like to try, if we can get into a group, because I don't think we did it this week. I'll have to check. Is the Gallywix dungeon. Last X-Pack was the Goblin dungeon, or the Goblin area. And there was the Gallywix raid, I believe it's called. I don't remember what it's called. Undermine, I think? Maybe that's the zone. I don't know. But there's a reputation, not just with the zone, but with the raid itself. And as you kill bosses in the raid, you raise reputation with the raid. After a certain reputation, you unlock a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Mechanical Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's a cool mount, and I really want it. So... To my understanding, the only way to raise reputation is to run the raid weekly. You can't solo it yet, but the past 2 or so weeks, I was able to find groups. A bunch of 90s go in there, no one knows the mechanics, you just nuke stuff down. And you get a little bit of rep every week. Eventually you get the mount, so... Okay, we're gonna see if we're saved though, because I don't remember if we did it this. One sec. Let's take a look quick. I think we're safe. Yeah, so we didn't do it this week, so we have to run it again. See? Liberation of Undermine, that's what it's called. I thought, I think I called it Undermine, but the raid is called Liberation of Undermine. This guy will teleport us to the boss. Did we click the... I think we clicked the banner, right? Oh, no, that's crazy. No, I'm just... That's why I just, I feel like probably, for Sunday's stream. Probably a week today, unfortunately. Because if I were to grab it Friday, I wouldn't stream it till Sunday. Which would probably mean 2 more streams of either WoW or Diablo. But Diablo would be cool because, I mean, I was looking a little bit at the changes, and there's a lot of exciting stuff. Like, I'm pretty hyped to play it. And where did this guy barely teleported us to the boss? Did I accept the teleport? Maybe I didn't. I think I walked away from him, actually. I see. There... I thought I saw the flag. I don't remember if I clicked it, though, because we got an extra bonus treasure from that, but it's not a big deal. Okay. See how there's spawning pools here? There's another one here.
One
There's one here. And there's one here.
Let's talk.
Yeah, for the time being, unfortunately. Oh, there's... I see, I thought I saw the flag. I knew it wasn't going crazy. Jesus, bro.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's crazy, unfortunately. I saw something that said... I don't remember what game it was. It was some game, but it said... Niho? It was a game called Niho or something. But it said it's like 25% off or something, and it was like $90 on Steam. It's like, it's crazy. Video games are nuts right now. I don't think they'll ever go down at this point, but I'm going to quickly Google what this is because there's these things are all over the map, and I feel like it's not just flavor text. Unless I'm insane.
Good.
Spawning pool. I feel like this might be tied to an achievement or something, unless I'm crazy. Let's see. It's showing Emerald Dream. That's not the right one. It's in a Talaman. I like this. Huh. There they are. There's no comments on it. There's no comments on this thing. I feel like this is not just a flavor text thing. I wonder if this is related to a secret that hasn't been discovered yet. When you walk through, does something happen? Spawning pool. Oh, it's a buff. Interesting. It's a buff. That's what it is. You walk through it. That's a weird looking buff. I've never seen a buff appear like a critter before that you like stomp on or step through to get the buff. That's strange. I would not have thought to run through it, honestly. I thought maybe there was an order or something you click or a way to interact with it. That's a very creative way to do a buff, I guess.
Your pain, my pleasure.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, Vanilla. Like, I'm going to try to look into it, and I'm sure there's a way to make that work. That was ideally my plan.
Cover.
I just haven't looked too much into it yet. I did a little bit of digging, but I think I need to probably call either my bank or someone else. Yeah, correct. There's definitely a way to do it. It's just possibly something. Maybe I have to
My eyes on you.
do something through my bank or something. I'm not sure what collecting these are. I guess it increases our damage, but we collected more than 3, and our damage only stayed maxed at 3. So it's increased our damage by 30%, I guess. Yeah. But it caps at 3, and if you click this, does it reset the buff? It just resets it, so we don't really have to keep going after them. Does he pull them back for something, I wonder? So he does pull them back eventually. So we'll grab that so we can't... Interesting. I guess it heals them, maybe. That's why you go after them. So even though it caps at 3, you still want to collect them all because he siphons health from it, I guess. Game looks really cool, though. The combat system looks not complicated, but interesting. Like, looks different. You have to supposedly keep switching. I remember you mentioning as well, I think. There's no sound effects? I don't know, how did I disable the sound effects? There we go. We are so slow to kill this guy. It's crazy because I did a delve. Now, it was a lower level delve on my monk. My monk's not 80 yet or 90 yet, but still. Damage difference is crazy.
Stay here and recover.
We're gonna I've been thinking about that challenge we did as well. I want to do that challenge again. I wanted to get a little bit more DPS on the druids because we're so damn slow. It's such a slog. Like I was wondering what would happen first. Would we somehow get like a decent trinket that would allow us to sort of... I don't need like overall DPS. If I could find a way to just burst for the ad phase to make it a little bit more reasonable. Then the ads are up for way too long. It's crazy. I've watched other people do it on YouTube, and the ads were not nearly up for as long as they were when we were doing it. So I think it's just a DPS issue. We could still do it like that. It's not saying we can't do it the way that we did it when the ads are up for that long. It makes it a lot harder than it needs to be. So if I could get a decent trinket that we could use as a burst window. Ads come out, save the trinket and all our cooldowns for that, pop that, that's our burst window, nuke the ads down a modicum faster. What is this? Ooh, that's sick looking. Love it. We have one like that already. It's a different version, I guess. Love it. So that I think that would help a lot though. Plus, we leveled her up a few times, which would probably make a difference. So wow, we're maxed out on hero. Oh, it's so annoying. The maxing out is so frustrating. It's a little. It decentivizes me a little bit to keep doing this content because I can't collect half the rewards because I've reached my weekly maximum. I don't know. And I don't even feel like I'm doing it that much. I'm not even doing it every day. That's what's strange. It seems like within the first 2 days of a reset, I think I max out. Unless I'm miscalculating. But it seems to happen rather quick. I don't know if there's always a season max the whole way through the X pack, or if it drops off at some point, but feels bad, man. So this is a different one, so you have 2 of them now. So that's one color, that's a slightly darker variation. I think I like the lighter one, actually. Darker one's cool too, but the lighter one I feel like there's probably more transmog that fits it. Darker is pretty cool though too, actually. They're both pretty sick. I like them. Okay, let's go do the Dragonflight dungeon we talked about. As I spill water all over myself. So I don't know if we can solo this. We're gonna have to see. The patch notes say we can. Who knows? You know what we should do first, because it's we're dependent on groups, is we should actually see if we can get into the Gallywix dungeon first. If whenever someone's running it right here, Liberation of Undermine, Mythic, let's get in. If we can get in, let's do it. They haven't started yet. There's another one, Liberation of Undermine. No, they started though. I don't want one that started. Perfect. We're in a fresh run. The reason why we're doing this before the Dragonflight one is because we need a group for this technically, and right now, if there's a group, let's jump on the train and grab it. If maybe an hour from now there are no groups running, it might be harder to find players. This is not current content. This is just for psychos that want mounts or transmog. So it's a smaller group of people, more of a minority group of people. So the fact that I was able to find the opportunity to get in now to a fresh run, I figured let's just take it, and then we'll do the dungeon after. So it's still mount farming though. So we didn't lie. Yes, sir. Certainly do. That's exciting. Bro, you don't have to do, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that, I'll be honest with you. We can do it the other way around, so it's like, because the same logic applies, honestly. This is Mythic, right? Yeah, it's Mythic. Okay, we're good. What's this? Just loyal customers. I always forget what these things have. Time is money. This increases their damage, I think. Right? Yeah, I think this increases their damage or something. Right. So this dude, yes. What's gonna happen is people are gonna walk out here because they're gonna see this dude and he's like one-shottable. And a tank, which you probably can't see, I don't know where the tank is right now. A tank is going to jump over this and crush this guy, hit him with the car, and do a really wide kind of drift and come like all the way close to like, imagine like here-ish, I believe. And if you're standing here, it'll kill you. Probably. I mean, even at 90, I feel like it'll probably kill you. It's a really cool boss entrance but lots of people stand in it. I definitely did the first time it happened, and I feel like that was intentional. I feel like Blizzard wanted you to die the first time you did this fight because it's a cool way to introduce a boss, and the cost of death in this game is non-existent. It's sort of like God of War. So, if for the sake of a one-time experience of a cool entrance, it's worth killing your character. It's cool. We're in here early. I was hoping we'd make it in here before everyone got here, because once someone runs that way far enough, it'll trigger it, and I wanted to be able to see it, especially for stream. But I'm really excited to play this game. This game looks absolutely awesome. Ghosts of Tsushima, if that's how, I do not know if it's Tsushima. August, so a little while away actually. What is this running hot? Tsushima, yeah. What is this guy selling? He's a vendor, but I can't talk to him. Trash connoisseur. Let's Google it. Trash connoisseur. Mickey Junkfist. Items or access services related to the race progression rewards. I don't think... Oh, see the thing pulled up. Sorry, I was paying attention. Did it pull up yet? Maybe it didn't pull up yet. Maybe we have to kill these guys and it'll pull up. Maybe we have to kill the ads. Watch. Okay, so I don't think we missed it yet. Oh, am I in bear form? So I'm still in bear form. Whoops. I gotta switch to cat. I'm in combat, so we'll switch in a second. Give me 1 sec. Once they kill everything. Combat should end. There, we can swap. And watch, this thing should kill them in a sec. Or jump in. The music in this raid is one of the best. Ah, there it is. See, there you go. Isn't that so fun? It came up pretty high up here. I don't know if people got hit or and they didn't die or what the deal is. How sick does this guy look? Look at this guy's transmog, dude. That's crazy. Oh my god, I love it. Awesome, man. That's a real tank, I would say. Yeah. Alright. We have 2 tanks, 1 healer. We have this guy too, he's offline. A bit too ZZ from pizza. Yes. That's funny. That's very funny. So he's saying go, but we're missing the 1 healer. Is the guy coming back, or what's our rep with these guys? For Mana Forge. You guys are doing Mana Forge after? Oh, that's the other dungeon. Another raid after. Does that one drop a mount too? Because I'll stick around for that. So this is the 1 mount we're going after. Well, this mount drops. This is the 1 mount we can win right now. But on top of this, there's the other mount. How do you see older reps? I don't know if you can. Or can you? How you can. Nice. They did do this. I was wondering. Because there's what the hell is this? Renown is different than reputation. So I didn't know how you'd be able to see renown instead of your reps, but I'm glad they have a renown tab. That's good to know. So here we are. We're 13 out of 20, which is great. And we're almost 14 out of 20. So once we hit, I think, 20, it is a cap, right? We don't need 20, do we? Where do we get the mount? Huh. Is it 20? It might be 20. To collect. Oh yeah, this is it. To use a mount, rip and fuel. Yeah, flare. This one, yeah. Flarindo. This is the There you go. This is the one we want. So we're getting there. I don't know how much you get per raid, but we'll see. And I wonder if you can do heroic and Mythic, and like we're doing Mythic now, but I wonder if you can do Heroic for more rep, Normal for more rep. Maybe I can solo LFR for more rep. This right here, this Wa, I believe that's a orc reference to 40k, right? Wog. All right. We are just filling, I guess. Okay. Sorry, boys. It's not super exciting what we fill, but hopefully we'll fill soon. It's not always super easy to find these groups. Sometimes I'll look and it won't happen. So I always just check every time I log on, and once in a while you just find it. It's like, oh, all right, get in there. Because it's not soloable yet, so. How many do we have? Almost there. We have 12, so 6 more. I guess 8 more, right? Technically. People are leaving, though. That's a problem. Oh. Alright. Come on. I wonder if at some point, if it takes too long to fill for this one, it'll just eventually just fill us. Why did it turn us into this blood elf? What the fuck is this? Who are we and why are we this lady? Why do we all look like this lady? Alright.
What's shaking, pal? Watch yourself.
Alright. Where do I stand with the Glaccio? Yeah. So what's this one give us? 1 crystallized. Oh, alright. That doesn't really matter for us anymore, unfortunately. Okay. So we're just waiting. There's all these. Yeah, we got this transmog last time. I think it was these shoulders we got last time. Oh, we can buy a piece. Right. Interesting. Because we have the token. So we have that. We got the shoulders last time. We need the pants, we have the gloves, we need the helm, we need the chest. It's interesting because this color sort of does look like the Raid Finder. We'll buy the helm because you can see the helm more than you can see anything else. And we'll buy the other parts to fill out the set later, but look at this. This is the helm we just bought. See how it looks? See the color? That's the helm we just bought. Then if you go here... That's pretty close, right? I'm not crazy. I know one's more blue. I get that. One's more blue. I get it. But that's Raid Finder. That's Mythic. That's all. It's a deeper green, but not by much. More like the deeper turquoise. Maybe I think it's a bit more of a deeper green, but I don't know. I'm really enjoying my monk, though. My monk is a lot of fun. Not that I don't enjoy my druid. My druid's fun too, but the druid feels a little bit like crippled or neutered for whatever reason. Even in Feral and Guardian. Guardian feels strong as far as survivability, but damage-wise, it's just you're not getting that dopamine you want. But Monk feels a little bit snappier. It's a shame because I had such like comfy picks, I guess, and often I like the snappy feeling classes. I feel like Death Knight's a little bit more methodical and slow. They're slow moving. A lot of their attacks feel a little bit slower. Maybe not Frost, but the other specs. But Demon Hunter, especially Havoc, was crazy and super snappy and super zippy and all over the place. And I feel like they changed it, especially this most recent X pack with the. And again, unless I hope someone corrects me and I'm missing something, but it seems like you have to have auto attack for your opener for Demon Hunters. I think they took away the Sinister Strike-like ability for Demon Hunters. I don't remember what it's called. But I think you used to be able to choose. Do you want to auto attack or do you want to be able to press a button? I think they took away that option and now it's only auto attack, which feels bad. But because they took that away, it's only one button. It's probably other buttons too, but that one specific button, to me, it ruined the snappiness of the class, of how it feels. So I felt like I was missing that, because Druid doesn't feel like that as much anymore. But the Monk sort of fulfills that niche for me. The Monk's still very zippy, very quick. You can always sort of spam and push buttons. I don't know how they are at 90. I heard they're not bad, so we'll see. It's interesting to see. You know, I love my. I've always played my Demonology lock or my Warlock. I played all three specs, but I've been playing Demo as of late. I think I was tired out of Affliction and Deathstrokes. I played them for so many years, like forever. But Warlock has never really felt super snappy. It's a bit of more of a slow burn class. Affliction super slow burn. Very strong AoE. It's fun. It's fun to watch like Seed of Corruption explode and stuff. But it's you ramp up with Affliction, and then Destro is sort of pump and dump. You build up all these shards, and then you just explode all at once, and then you build them up again, and then you all at once. Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't played a ton of Affliction in a little bit because I just sort of like I played it for so many years. Oh my god. Same with Destro, honestly, but there's been more time between when I played Destro than when I played Affliction, so I think that's why it's been a bit since I played Affliction. Is this a pangolin? Is that what this is supposed to be? I watched a documentary on pangolins. It was a great documentary. It was on Netflix. I recommend watching it. It was adorable. They're really sweet animals. This guy is asking about an item level from a raid from last X Pack. That is insanity, my brother in Christ. That's absolute insanity. Just invite anybody with a pulse. Who cares what level they are, let alone item level? That's crazy. We just need bodies. You don't even need 20 people, honestly.
Check in real soon. Best deals in town.
Interesting. This guy sells all kinds of crap. I wonder what this rod is for. Enchanting.
Come back for more.
Junkmaster. Are these? Oh yeah, these are cool. So we don't have that one. Oh, we do have that look, huh? That's the Raid Finder look. I guess that's normal. Heroic is the blue one, right?
Won't find better.
Okay. So it's cool that all the tables are here for the workstations to do your professions and stuff. Loser ticket. What is this loser ticket? You know why you have this. I wonder what that's for. Counterfeit dealer. Counterfeit dealer's chip. Oh, you can get transmog with this. Neat. Are these any of the weapon appearances? Maybe you can get as transmog with this counterfeit chip. I wonder where you get it. Where we got this from? Oh, that's imagine that on a rogue. How cool is that looking? Neat. Probably just different color variations. Yeah. Blue. This looks like kelp hanging from it or something. Yellow. The red is sick. That is cool. I love green. Green's one of my favorite colors. I think the red is the coolest. That's a pretty neat sword as well. The flames. The red again. Probably the coolest. Is that an axe? What the hell is that? That's an axe. Black is pretty sick. The bow. You need more movement on the bow. This is too unimaginative compared to the rest of them. That's not enough. Same with this. You need moving parts more than the electricity. Give me some saw blades whirling somewhere or something. Like again, I want more moving parts. I want more saw blades. That's cool looking actually. It's sort of silly looking. That's sort of fun. That'd be sort of fun for a monk. Maybe a goblin monk. The black one is sick. What is this? Oh. Brass knuckles. That's offhand, okay. I feel like very few people get excited for offhands. Yeah, that looks better. This makes sense that this would be more goblin-y. Whoa, the Warhammer is crazy. We only have 3 colors of this? Is there a black one? Oh, there is. Yeah, that looks sick. That'd be cool on a gnome. How cool would that look on a gnome? Again, the black and red aesthetic is just, it looks really nice. Red's not bad either. Cool, it's like there's some kind of specimen inside. An eel. Is it an eel? It's an eel. Ooh, green one is really cool. Oh, red one's cool too. These are some really cool looking transmogs, man. Holy moly. How did they come up with this stuff like here, and then they came up with like more crap after this? This is nuts. I'm sorry it's taking so long. I guess this person's being a bit picky. We can buy a flying mount for 500 gold? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Why don't we have this mount? Let's buy this right now. Jesus Christ. Another one to the list. This is why we're doing this, by the way. This is what the wait is for. This mount is worth the wait. I know we're slowly putting this group together, but when we're riding around on this mechanical T-Rex with a saw for the tail, it has a saw, an active saw blade for the tail. You'll say, Nolly, I'm glad we waited in line. We're not in line, I guess, technically.
Check in real soon.
We can transmog.
You need.
Item upgrade. You got everything here, huh? Everything except the proper group, so we can start. How important is it? No mechanics? Not important at all, actually. Don't even need a full group.
Red hot savings here.
Someone in... No, I thought someone was in there. Come on, we're so close. We're at 15 people. We really need 5 more. We do crafting orders while we're here. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I got to look into... I don't know what... I'll be honest, I hate professions. I really do. They're so complicated, confusing. And I like this whole thing where I have 4 here now. Before we had 3, now we have 4. Okay, most professions I think only have 3. Maybe they all have 4 now in this X pack. I don't know which to pick. You can't reset these. You're locked into one if you pick it. You have to reset your professions all over again. It's too much commitment. I don't know. The profession thing is, I get what they tried to do is very ambitious. I felt like they missed the mark a little bit. I don't know too many people that are super psyched about the way professions are now. A lot of people seem to just avoid it altogether. I do agree the previous iteration of professions was a little outdated. I don't know if this complex way they went about it, though, is the solution. The way they changed cooking and fishing seems to be great. They actually simplified it. And I think because they expedited how fast it is to level up. I feel like that should be the same for regular professions. You can max it out for next to nothing for very little effort, and then the rarer crafts are locked behind harder content or more difficult content, i.e. the highest PvP gear is behind maybe a certain rating, or right, like that way you would unlock earlier PvP gear by PvPing, doing regular battlegrounds. You'd wear the PvP gear, do your arena or your rated stuff, which would then allow you to get a higher rating, so then you can unlock the supreme stuff. And then you can craft it for anybody. But if you want to buy it yourself, just go through the process, the worst gear, work your way up the chain, and then get it. And same thing for the same thing for like rating. So maybe you start a profession and you can make blue gear, and then you do world quests or mythic or whatever. You start doing higher mythic, start doing normal raids, blah blah blah. Maybe normal raids drops decent gear, heroic can drop better crafting. It's just like, it doesn't seem that complicated. I don't know. Like, instead of having these weird upgrade systems, why can't you just drop a blue variation of a craftable chest in normal, and then a purple variation in heroic, and then a red variation in mythic? And they're all crafting patterns, and they're bind on pickup. And of course, each one is better than the next as you go higher in difficulty. And it's just that. And then there's 3 separate transmogs, and it not only that, but it doesn't invalidate the previous versions, because you can create 3 recolors of the same armor, and the person that crafts it will still find value in crafting the looking for raid or normal version, because Mythic Raiders will still want the transmog from looking for raid or normal. So I mean, there's value there still, because transmog's huge. So I don't know. I just think I'm curious to see as the X packs go on, as the game goes on in the future, if this crafting system will stay. I don't know anyone that's super excited by it. Of course, every time I go on Reddit or Twitter, everyone's like, "Oh, it's my favorite thing. I love." It's the same with pet battles. I pet battle myself, but the truth is, I don't love it that much. It's just a means to an end to get mounts, titles, stuff like that. Like, you get pets and rewards from it. If you didn't get anything from it, I wouldn't do it. And it's not very popular, and it's not great. It's sort of unbalanced, sort of silly. But if you go on Reddit or Twitter, people are like, "No, it's the greatest thing. You took it away. You killed my game. I can't play my game anymore. I'm going to drown myself. I'm going to burn my house down. I'm going to kick my dog." It's just crazy. No matter what it is, no matter what little thing you want to take away, it's the world's fallen down. But the truth is, I feel like no one really likes professions, or such a small amount of people compared to the people that actually go crazy and deep dive in it. Most people that do it probably do it out of necessity, and while they're doing it, they're probably on like Wowhead, just doing 1-to-1. Okay, what do I click next? Okay, what do I click next? Which doesn't... I mean, it doesn't feel great. I don't know, like... The thing, like, Diablo's the same way, where I myself am not smart enough to know the talent pools. Especially the advanced Paragon talents or whatever. I'll go to, like, max roll or something, and there's guides where I can just follow. Okay, I go down 3, 4 to the right, up 1, 1 left, 1 up. And if I were to do it myself, I'm sure I could put a build together that's functional. But I follow the guides because I try to sort of push the envelope, if I can, in Diablo. And a part of me wants to say, I feel like you shouldn't have to. I feel like you should be able to do it on your own without having to rely on guides. But I think you can. I think another part of me feels like you can do it on your own. You can make a build on your own in Diablo and still get by and still play all of the game, all of it. You may struggle if you're trying to do like the higher end content. But you should still be able to get by. With that being said, comparing that to the WoW professions, I think if you do not use a guide and you just wing it, unlike Diablo, you cannot reset it. In Diablo, the cost of resetting your talents is practically nothing. So if you do screw up your build, you could just reset it. If your friend has a better build, if you want to try something else, there's like such a little cost to entry for resetting something. The WoW profession system, once you pick a specialization, you're locked in it. If you want to change it, you have to forget the profession. You have to re-level the profession all the way from scratch and find all those points again, I believe, from scratch. I don't believe that's been changed. So it's a very punishing system. It's a very, not just punishing, but complicated, confusing system. So I just don't, I don't know. I don't love it. Because I feel like professions could be another facet of the game that's interesting and engaging. But I just feel like they're trying to do too much with it. It should be like just more like waiting for a summon kind of content. More like log on for 15 minutes kind of content. Of course, if you want to turn, if your whole thing is just making gold, you could make your whole game time selling, crafting, trading, whatever it is. That makes sense too, but that should be something that you have to put effort into doing in order to like spend most of your time as a crafter or tradesman. It shouldn't be something that almost every player has to do just to have functional professions. This is a really cool toy. I love this toy. You have to pay for it, but it's a cool toy. This guy, you talk to him and he turns you into a raid boss. So I'm Blackhand. Blackhand from This guy is the Sand Fury guy from the Sand Fury Troll, I think. He's from Throne of Thunder. Blackhand, who I am, is from... What's the name of that dungeon with the Iron Maidens? Blackrock Foundry. I think I'm the final boss of Blackrock Foundry. Who else do we have here? You're nobody. Yeah, you're the guy from Wrath of the Lich King. From Icecrown Citadel. This guy. I'm so sorry this is taking so long, guys. I really, I've never waited so long in a group. This guy's stubborn and will only do it with 20 people. This is the silliest thing. I'm really sorry. We've been streaming for 55 minutes. I feel like I'm wasting your guys' time. This guy's transmog is cool, but I don't recognize him. This is the one difference, I guess, when we play WoW versus anything else, is like we're sort of held hostage sometimes by other players. Okay, buddy, come on. Two players, dude. What? One more player. Come on. Please, if you are on NA servers and you're watching the stream, please join the Liberation of Undermine just so we can start this group. I beg you. I will give you 2,000 gold. If you join and you whisper and say hi Nolly, I will give you 5,000 gold right now. I will give you 10,000 gold if you join this group right now. And you say hi Nolly. Bro is talking about the DK that left 6 years ago. What are you going on about? This is insane. We're losing our mind. We've been here for so long waiting to start this group that we're now creating narratives of drama, and it's insane. We're like Victor Zaz. We're just carving numbers into our flesh at this point. We're just gonna be covered in the walls, the floors, everything's gonna be etched in just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. We got 20 people. One person's offline. They'll come back in a second. Let's go. Pull, 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 pull. They're back. Let's go. They're not back. It doesn't matter. Go. I'll tank it. You got 3 tanks. You don't even need 1. You're gonna see now, once we pull, how fast this boss is gonna die. It's like we didn't need 20 people. I say that, we're gonna be wiping after wipe after wipe after wipe. It shows donkeys in here too. Something I thought maybe be interesting, like, I don't know. I find it fun, but I don't know if it's interesting to watch, is I made a Haranir, which is a new race, and I haven't played it yet. I've done nothing. And I was curious, how long would it take us to level if I were to just speed run it? I'd be curious how long it would take to get to at least level 50. I just want to get the heritage armor. If you level allied race to, I think, level 50, you unlock heritage armor. And heritage armor is a set that only that race can use, that you can only obtain if you level them from level 1. It's pretty cool. Often there's a quest associated with it where you learn a little bit about the backstory of the race. It's pretty fun. I try to collect most of the heritage armors. So, like, oh, I don't want to, if I open transmog for my game, it's going to crash. I forgot about that. I was going to show you guys the troll heritage armor, but there's been a bug in the game a little bit now. Every time you open transmog, not every time, but a lot of the time you open transmog, it does crash, unfortunately. Alright, let's go. Finally. I love how I'm stealth blackhand. I'm a feral druid, but because the toy we're using, just a stealthy orc monk, I guess. I wonder, lore-wise, how powerful Blackhand really is if you were to put him up against these guys. I feel like he probably... Yeah, you know, these characters have like plot armor. It's funny, you hear stories about some of these guys, and... It's just funny. Especially in Warhammer 40k, like Gilliman or some of those guys. But like even Illidan, you'll just hear crazy stories like, oh, Illidan fought a Fell Reaver and with one slice, he sliced it in half.
See what can be salvaged. We'll put together something that'll blast the doors.
And then you fight Illidan and you crush him, and then you get one shot by Fell Reaper. You're like, how did that happen? Were they weaker back then? I listened to a lot of 40k lore, and the amount of plot armor that exists in some of these stories is fun. So this guy actually that we're fighting is a mount. This is who we're trying to get. It doesn't drop. You have to get renown 20 with these guys. So it looks like we got 100 reputation each time. For boss, at least. What was that from? Was that from the boss? Was that from something else? But anyways, this is why we're doing this. As you can see, this is a really cool fight, actually. This is... I think this dungeon overall, I thought, is one of the best raids they've developed in a very long time. It's such a cool raid. Design-wise, theme, it's the overall theme, but the boss fights, the mechanics, everything about it to me felt so great. So much fun, so creative, so on brand for goblins. But I was so disappointed that this this ape, this monkey or gorilla is not a mount. I would love a gorilla mount. How sick would a gorilla mount be? This shit that I would do for gorilla mounts, bro. There was a documentary I saw maybe a week ago, maybe last weekend, about gorillas. It was narrated by David Attenborough on Netflix. It was amazing. Spoiler for the documentary. Might make you cry a little bit. It is a little bit sad at times. It's beautiful. It's just, gorillas are just the best. They're so human-like, it's crazy. You see them, and I've been saying this forever, and I feel like people like, he doesn't shut up about gorillas, but when you look in their face, it looks like a human in a costume. They look way more with it, in my opinion, even more than like chimpanzees. Chimps are obviously with it. Bonobos, they seem self-aware, aware of their environment, much more than a lot of animals do. But just you could just see like the depth of the soul in the gorilla, just even deeper, I think, than a lot of the other great apes. Yeah, orangutans, same thing with orangutans, honestly. Both orangutans and silverback gorillas, for whatever reason, to me, when you look in their eyes, it almost feels like you can see like even deeper than you can in some of the other great apes. It almost feels to me like I feel bad that it's almost like they know what's out there as far as us existing and what could be, what they could be, but like they don't know how to bridge that gap. Does that sound insane? Maybe it sounds insane, but just the way they adapt to tools, the way they adapt to us, the way they understand our language and our body language so quickly, leads me to believe that they understand more of us and the way we operate than I think we think they do. That's all. It's weird. It's so fascinating when you talk about animals to people, because even people that like animals, it's uncomfortable, I think, for a lot of people to think that we're a lot closer in intelligence to them than we are. We always like to have enough of a podium where we're always still able to look down at even the smartest, most intelligent animals. They're like, yeah, they're intelligent for an animal, right? Like, there's animal intelligence and then there's human intelligence. I think it would be very unsettling for probably a good majority of people if there was an animal whose intelligence was a lot closer to ours than we think, and if we were to discover that it was a lot, it's almost like, but people have talked about this. A lot of animals like have the intelligence of like a toddler almost, but I just feel like that doesn't connect with people. I feel like people can't fathom that because I guess it's just I don't know what it is. I guess it's like the same thing as like the alien thought. Like why are aliens weird? Why does it seem so strange and conspiratorial to talk about aliens? Hey, Insane, how are you? It's like, what if we just thought about aliens just like another like species in space, the same way we have like species in the water? It's just like another landscape where like things just exist, and it's not
That's one less
a superior or inferior thing. It's just like there's things everywhere. You look in the ground, there's things. You look in the water, there's things. You look in space, there's things. You look in the sky, there's things. There's bacteria. There's all kinds of things. Some things are big, some things are small. If you thought about it like that, I feel like but we don't think of it like that. We think of it like, well, if it's in space, it has to be way smarter than us. It can travel through space. Are we gonna win this Hearthstone? Nah. I'm doing very well, thank you. It's nice to hear from you, man. Ooh, this is some tier. You get some tier. Oh, we won some tier. More transmog. Nice. Cool. That's... I think that might be the last piece we need for our set, or maybe that might be the second last. We're either missing 2 pieces or 1, but that will fill either the full set, or we'll only have 1 more missing, which is great. Yeah. Right now we're playing World of Warcraft. Yeah. Doing some fun farming. Oh, fuck. Brother died. I almost fell in there myself. Where is the res? I don't see your corpse, buddy. Where are you? You might have to release, buddy. Can someone res you? Where is he? Is he standing on him? I didn't see him there. Alright. Yeah, we're playing World of Warcraft, just farming some old mounts. And then we're gonna do some, check out some of the newer content. New patch drops recently. What have you been playing as of late? Dota 2, fun. Wow, MOBAs. I'm terrible at MOBAs. As bad as I am at FPS games, I'm even worse at MOBAs. For a very short period, I tried to get into Hearthstone and League of Legends as well. It didn't resonate with me too much. I don't love top-down. That's why I'm shocked I played Diablo, honestly. But I guess it just broke through, like some games do. But it's tough. Learning the movement and the hotkeys, it's a real learning curve.
Streets are clear, and we got all the salvage we need. Meet me at the Galagio. It's time we blow the lid off that joint.
Alright. High roller suite. We teleport there, right? High roller suite. Oh yeah. Hey, what did we win? Ah, trinket. Damn it! I was hoping it was transmog. Dota is there's all kinds of heroes and they switch out like League of Legends, or is it static? I wonder.
Go on, place your bets, but I gotta say, you're on.
The Hat of Shame.
Something tells me this.
Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, it's the slot machine boss. Forgot about the slot machine boss. It was static until recently. Whoa, that must change up the meta quite a bit. If it's static forever, I feel like how does it? They added 1 hero. Are there hero bans? They just added 1. Cool. There are hero bans. Oh man. I don't know how I feel about hero bans. I understand why people don't... I understand why people want hero bans. I get it. Like metas, it keeps metas fresher, I guess. Forces people to reinvent. But at the same time, I want to play what I want to play. I see both sides of the coin. I guess if I had to pick a side, I guess I'd rather have to suffer through. Did we get something? Another trinket, god damn it. I guess I'd rather suffer through having to fight against annoying enemies, but still having the freedom to play whatever I wanted to play than, I guess, hero bans. But I do understand the point of hero bans. I absolutely understand the point. Like Overwatch started doing it too eventually. I think most competitive games probably have it. I don't know what the solution is otherwise. All right. I think we're almost done, actually. It's this guy and Gallywix, and that's it. Yep. So if we're lucky, a mount can drop here. If a mount doesn't drop here, at least we're working on a reputation towards the T-Rex mount, which is the main reason we're here. I don't think this guy can drop a mount. I think it's just the next guy, Gallywix. And I think they're doing one more raid after this, which we could tag along. Because I think a mount drops there too. Right? Omega? Forge Omega, whatever it's called. Am I crazy? Is there not a mount? Back. Mount. There is a mount. See, yeah, there it is. See? That's a sick mount, actually. Hearthstone. That sort of is worth doing, just that mount is so sick. I wonder how hard it would be to do this raid with them. It would still be the same idea of just like a nuke fest. Because it is technically last X-Pac's most recent raid. So I wonder if we really have to do the mechanics and he has to explain it. Alright, let's see if we win. So far we've won nothing but trinkets, which we cannot use as transmog. So let's see if we can win anything that's not actually a trinket. That'd be sick.
What's next, Gallywix? Ooh, someone's getting cranky.
May the force be with you as well, my friend. This is the way.
Soon enough.
That's both of them. Now you're protected both by the Mandalorians and the Jedi.
It doesn't have to end here. Oh, save me the mush.
This guy's right. It was wonderful chatting, insane. Be well. This guy's right. The vibes are insane in Undermine. Undermine is one of the best zones they have done ever, I would argue. In 20-something years of World of Warcraft, Undermine is one of the greatest zones they've ever done. Just, it was so well fleshed out. It was so chaotic. It was so on brand for the goblins. It was perfect. It felt so wow. It felt right in the pocket of WoW's humor, and just WoW. But it felt like new WoW. But it didn't feel like the bad new WoW. Like the housing or all the Sylvanas bad storytelling. It felt like the old WoW we loved, but an updated version of that. Whatever they did for this zone, the humor of the zone, the design of the zone, the quests, everything about it felt like they took vanilla and they revamped it for 2025. It's just it's that the essence and the soul of it with a new skin. I love it so much, and I hope we get more of these. Not everything's gonna hit success like this zone was, but if we get at least one zone like this in X-Pac, that's great, and I'd be so happy with that. Someone's gonna interrupt. I'm telling you, someone's gonna interrupt. I'm telling you, someone's gonna interrupt. You're not supposed to interrupt because we could just nuke them like this. See how we're just ignoring the mechanics now, pretty much? We're just nuking the shit out of them. That's why you don't interrupt. If you interrupt, there's more phases. Usually you want to try to nuke them in this phase. We don't have good enough DPS. Partially my fault. I fucked up my rotation quite a bit. But look at all that time we got. Isn't that great? Got to ignore most of the fight because of that. Done. Please give me the mount. I don't think I can roll in the mount. I think it either drops for you or it doesn't. Let's see. He is right here. Yeah, so the mount doesn't drop. I don't think you roll in the mount. I think it's either in your bags or it's not. Is it a personal loot thing or am I crazy? I don't think we got it though, unfortunately. Alright, let's see if we can roll. And then this is, yes, how you buy the tier pieces. Nope, nothing. I want to do, but I ain't got Rishi wraps. My other character has the wraps. Oh, I do have Rishi wraps. I have Rishi wraps on this guy, so I could do it. I could do it. We could join him. Alright, let's see if this guy, let's see how long it takes this guy to do the group. Let's Hearth, and let's go do Mana Forge Omega, because the mount drops in there as well. Tons of transmog and shit as well. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think that's the dungeon where there's the weapon, or not weapons, the armor and transmog. They're just, it's like glowing feet, glowing hands. It looks cool because Tauren trolls can't wear shoes, but I believe if it's the transmog I'm thinking about, it sort of looks like you're wearing shoes, even for trolls and Tauren. I think it's from this dungeon. I'm gonna check in a second. Yes, we got our wraps. We got our wraps right here. Let's quickly look at this transmog. I'm curious now. It would be under, like, we'll look under, like, feet. See, like, trolls don't have, most of the time, their feet are exposed, even when it's boots. Most of the time, unless you're lucky, you get something like that. Very rare you get stuff like that. But if you go here, I have to go to where I don't own them. This is only showing what I own, so I gotta go here. Appearances, go to shoes. And it should be near the beginning of the new stuff because it's fairly new. Oh, locked up. I was hoping that bug wouldn't happen, and here we are. It took a chance, and we got fucked. It crashed our game. Oh, no, it didn't. We're back. Jesus Christ. These are them right here, I think. Right? Mana Forge Omega. See? So look how it like gives you like boots, sort of. See how my feet are like glowing? That's what I mean. It's sick. I like these. They also have these for gloves. Love it. Because it sort of looks like you're wearing shoes. I think it's really neat. I want these. So which ones are we going to get? So I want looking for raid. I want the green ones for my Warlock. But we're going to get purple. I hate that there's this. I wish there wasn't this. I wish it was just the feet. That'd be cool if these were two separate things. Because this is sort of in the way, unfortunately. But purple's cool. I hope we win these. I want the purple ones. All right, let's go do this. Got to go to Dornogal, which is here. Hopefully this group can do it. Hope this group can come through. Skip the quest to get to Koresh in an instant. That should give you the cloak. We already did it. That's why I had a feeling I'd have the Rishi wraps on this guy just because I did it on my first druid, Barry Garcia. And I remember coming here with this guy, and I'm like, wait a bit, it should be give it to me then, because I'm pretty sure once you unlock it, it just gives it to you. So we got it already, thankfully. We're ahead of the curve there. Alright, let's do this raid. Hopefully we can just bang this out. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I would love the transmog. I would love an opportunity at the mount. That'd be pretty cool. Plus, it's like, this is something I'm doing for the first time. I always feel like that's more exciting to do on stream than I was going to do, like, time walking and stuff. But I feel like this is more exciting. Number one, if the mount drops, I would love for it to drop on stream. Number two, it's doing it for the first time, I think is more exciting to do on stream, because then it's more exciting for me, maybe for you guys as well. Compared to time walking, which is just sort of shut your brain off and just pew pew 5 times. I don't even know if the time walking would be an upgrade. The reward at this point, I'm not too sure. Like, there's very few things that we could have used as an upgrade from the time walking, unfortunately. I should do a delve, though. Today or tomorrow. Because I have this special... Where the fuck's Koresh? Because I have that special map we need to use to increase our reward. Shit, I did Hearth, and... I forgot. Oh no, never mind. I thought I had to hand this in, but you just right-click it and it gives you the loot. There you go. We'll just right-click it, it'll give us loot. I forgot. The old way of getting tier is you would kill a boss, you would get a token. The token would say Hunter, Druid, Warlock, or Priest, Warrior, Paladin. And if you were one of the classes and you got your token, you would then have to take it to a city where there would be a vendor, and you would say, here's my token, give me the healing gloves, or give me the the combat gloves. Oh no, I'll pick the same class. Give me the healing gloves. Give me the tanking gloves. Give me the cat gloves or the boomkin gloves. They all look the same, but if you look at the stats and the set bonuses, they'd be different. They wouldn't change based on when you change specs. So you would take the token, and you would have to make sure that the one that you're buying is the set bonus for the spec that you want to play. That eventually changed, where now you just get the token, you don't have to take it anywhere, you just right-click the token like this, and it just converts it to tier. And then when you switch specs, it just changes the set bonus. It's a better design. I do like it better. Ooh. We just need the gloves now? Oh no, this is the other set, never mind. Make sure you have your wrap. Do we need to be wearing our Rishi wrap, or do we just need to have it in our bag? I'm wearing it now, but I don't know if we need it in our bag or we actually need to be wearing it. I'll wear it just in case. Okay. Are these guys equipping it? Yeah, they're equipping it. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let's see how interesting. God, imagine the mount drops for us. I'd shit a brick. That'd be so sick. Get these right now on my monitor. Oh. Let's see, they're just summoning everyone. I was watching the Hulk Hogan documentary, and I was never a huge fan of Hogan, but I loved wrestling. Big fan of wrestling growing up. It was a lot of fun. So it was a great documentary. It was a lot of fun. Often I find Netflix docs are not very strong, not very good. A lot of filler. But this one, I don't think Netflix made this one. I think Netflix bought this one from someone. It felt tight, felt good. The funniest part is Werner Herzog was in it. If you guys know who Werner Herzog is, he's a famous director. Did, what was it, Nymphomaniac, I think, Elephant. He did the movie about the serial killer with, God, Dillon? What's his name? Is it Matthew Dillon or something? No. Is it Matthew Dillon? No, I don't think it is. Anyways, he's an excellent director, but it's funny that he was in it. He had some wise words. He also did that bear movie where that guy was hanging out with bears, got eaten by bears. But it was a good documentary. Yeah, very interesting. He lived a hell of a life. Yeah, wrestling was a lot of fun. After it ended, I saw Netflix was recommending, hey, since you watched this wrestling documentary, Raw and SmackDown are on Netflix. Why don't you go check them out? So I put on Raw. I don't even know if it was Monday Night Raw anymore. It's been so long. I put on Raw, which was from April 20th, a few days ago, like 5 days ago. And I was watching. I didn't recognize many of the characters. I mean, there's a lot of new wrestlers I never heard of. There's some older names I know, or some people I've heard, like ancillary through other people, but it's sort of the same. A little updated, but it's the same kind of vibe, which is cool. It's always been really fun. Yeah, wrestling's a lot of it's crazy what these poor guys go through. I mean, they're so banged up. It's you don't realize. I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize. I realized it. That's why I admired it so much. My favorite part of the wrestling, I think, was the athletics of it, honestly. But of course, the dramatization is fun. The story arcs, the characters that they play larger than life. That's a big part of what makes it so much fun. But I don't think people realize, because of all the characters and stuff, I don't think people realize how how much training and dedication is required to the craft to learn how to take a hit properly, to just make sure that your body's firing on all cylinders so you can perform like that. I think because wrestling is often predetermined, people think that like everything is fake and they're not really taking hits or something, and they're not really throwing themselves off or throwing themselves through chairs. Like that's all still real. Which I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird one. I always thought it was weird. People say, it's fake, right? It's like, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, a lot of them die. I mean, boxing is fixed all the time. Lots of sports are fixed all the time. If that's what you're referring to, the difference is wrestling's honest about it, at least. Most sports are dishonest about it, especially soccer, which is constantly, right? Isn't corruption like a real bad problem in football or soccer? Boxing, I think, too, is it's like you hear like every other year someone's getting either fined or arrested or charged, or there's an investigation where somebody was like taking money or trying to do something within an organization that like they got caught doing. I don't know. But wrestling's entertaining. I don't know. I don't think the fact that it's predetermined sort of invalidates any of the fun of what it is. And now that I rewatch it too, like I see what I loved about it as a little kid. It's so over the top. It's so unserious. It's just pure fun. It's just pure fantasy. It's just drama class, pretty much. That's all it is. And if you like that, it's fun. The characters are crazy, and peak wrestling is when they just completely throw away the idea that it's real. That is peak wrestling. Like there were scenes where like Vince McMahon would be in a hospital bed, and the doctor would come in to see him, and it turns out like the doctor would remove his mask, and it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He would just start fighting him in the bed and hitting him with the bedpan. It's just like stuff like that. It's so silly. It's so over the top, and it's so comical. It's fun. That's like peak, in my opinion. It didn't take itself too seriously, and that I felt is when you lean into the silliness of it, it's in its best form. And this documentary covered a lot of that, a lot of like the silly arcs, the silly storylines they've done over the years. It also covered how messed up he was. The poor guy. I don't know how many surgeries he's had on his back, his neck, his back, his spine. It's crazy. The amount of painkillers he was using to survive is unfathomable. It seems to be the case for a lot of the guys. A lot of them are in like chronic pain for the rest of their life now. And I would think that would stop in more modern years, but I don't think, even with the upgrades to the padding of the ring and stuff, I still think they're getting banged up pretty hard. Who are we waiting on, man? One person? One freaking person? What they talked about a few times, actually, in the documentary is the fight would be predetermined of who was going to win. And then the fight would go that way, the crowd would boo. And they wouldn't accept, like, this person winning, for example. So then, on a fly, they'd have to switch the decision to appease the crowd, because the crowd would have been pissed if it went that way. So even though they had it predetermined, they said this is not what the crowd wants. We got to do what the crowd wants. So they would just switch it up, and then maybe a day later they'd switch it up again, because they had to figure it out on the fly. But while they're out there on the fly dealing with the crowd, they think on their feet sometimes. They say just roll with it and we'll figure it out later. It's an interesting business. It's a very interesting business. It almost makes it more interesting that it's predetermined, because when stuff like that happens, that's not predetermined. It almost makes it more fascinating knowing that. Now you had a direction, a cog was thrown in your gear. Now how do you roll with it? Please, please pull for two people. There's a few interesting things on Netflix now, actually saved. I don't remember what they are, but I thought found a few cool documentaries. They've been crushing it as of late. We need the 20 for Dim, absolutely. Who's Dim? The next guy? Dim, oh, Dimensius, he means. Dimensius. Which is who we're... Look at this icon, by the way. The Unbound Star Eater. Isn't that a cool looking mount icon? It's a cool looking mount. It's got the suction, or like a black hole kind of visual. Oh, we got someone. That's one. Oh, we pulled. Phil? Oh, we got one more. Wonder how long this raid's gonna take. So, probably Tuesday we'll try out Diablo. I heard some new stuff came out, I believe. I don't know if it dropped. I don't know if it's released yet. I know the patch or whatever, the X Pack comes out tomorrow, but I think unrelated to the X Pack, well, related to the X Pack, but even if you don't have the X Pack, the game is still fundamentally changed. The talents are changed. A whole bunch of stuff has changed, I believe. I don't know if those changes are implemented yet or if it comes out tomorrow, but it would be cool to see what's different. I think a whole lot of stuff has changed. I can't decide what we're gonna play first though. Like I love Necro. Rogue's fun too. I love Necro, but I like Druid. I think is the most fun we've had in Diablo. Period. But Necro looks the coolest. Something like that would be sick, and I thought about this forever. And I don't know why. I maybe lore reasons, but it's Diablo. Who cares? I wish all the classes in Diablo could share skin tones, because the Necromancer has a rotting, or a few shades of rotting-like skin tones, which I would love for a lot of the other characters, especially Rogue. But the idea of a rotting Druid would be sick too, and it's a shame that you can only get it for the Necro. And they're like, yeah, but the Necromancer, the whole thing is death. It's like, yeah, but if you're paying attention to the Diablo storyline, all of the heroes have died in the lore and continuously be resurrecting on a cycle. It's not like our character in WoW. Same thing with WoW. Not many people realize this. In Marvel, or in the Marvel movies, generally, if someone dies, they die. If you chop off Captain America's head, unless Doctor Strange pulls Captain America from another universe, the Captain America that you loved in your universe is dead. In the Diablo universe, in the WoW universe, the death-life cycle doesn't work like that. It's not one and done. You die, you get resurrected. You die, you get resurrected. There is permanent death in WoW, it seems like, and probably in Diablo too, but our characters, at least, specifically in Diablo, it's been mentioned many times. You constantly die and revive. Die and revive. I think we have Lilith in us or something. Lilith's blood or something, right? We're like born of Lilith. So that maybe has something to do with it. I don't remember the lore exactly, but I just think it's a strange choice that they're like, well, you know, the corpsey skin tone is only for Necros because they're associated with death. So we're all sort of undead at this point in the Diablo universe, I feel like. So just give it to us. It just looks cool. But a bear skin with like rotting, like a rotting bear skin would be sick. That'd be really cool. An infected like almost like Western Plaguelands, like rotting kind of bear skin. That would be such a cool skin for Diablo. I'm shocked they don't even give you that as an option. Like, not even rotting, just any kind of bear skins or druid skins. I'm shocked you can't even pay for it. I thought at the very least they'd let you pay for it. Can't even pay for it. It doesn't exist. I can only imagine the sick skins they could come out with for werewolf and bear. I could only imagine. I'll give you some ideas. How about like a werewolf skin where like he's got some green scratches that are glowing sort of neon green. His claws could be dripping neon poison or green. Fangs, maybe. Dripping neon poison and green. Like, who cares? Just it looks cool. Who cares what sense it makes, right? You can do the same thing with purple, just change the color tone. You can do it with blue, you can have like 5 different variations. Like, it just, people would settle for just simple stuff like that because it just looks sick. Including myself, honestly. What are all these quests? Okay, now we gotta take this thing. I guess that's why you need the cloak, because you do these mechanics, I suppose, with the cloak. That's how you're able to travel, traverse the zone. So you're able to Tavesh, or whatever the name of the zone is.
One path leads towards where the Shadow God produce arcane wrappings. The other to the mage who binds them.
Probably going left first, I imagine.
The Shadow.
When some people give people directions, do I say, do I go left? You go left, right? I go left, right?
My own plans.
That's what they say. I go left, right? Not I go left, correct? Every time I see these observer-looking guys, it reminds me of the Brawlers Guild, where you would fight an enemy that was an observer, and
The beast the
you would fight him like you'd fight any other enemy, except
is up ahead.
the mechanic was you were rooted in place,
Must be slain.
and
I will stay here and make sure no one
these puzzles would keep collapsing on you. It was like imagine a circle getting small until it collapses on you. You're standing in the middle of the circle just keeps going like this. So it would keep collapsing on you like that, and you would see it from the top down. And the only way you'd be able to control your character is going like this, is moving like this kind of a way. You would just move the camera like this. And the reason why you'd move like that is this, as the circles would collapse, there'd be a small opening. It could be on any side, and you'd have to keep moving your character to keep finding the opening to survive while you're DPSing this observer. The observer, I believe, would follow you. He was standing in front of you, sort of like a face hugger, where he was sort of just attached to you. So any way you would turn, you'd always be able to attack him. So you would sort of just press the buttons, not really seeing your rotation, doing it on autopilot. You were mainly trying to control the camera so you could keep finding the openings of the puzzle. And it was getting faster and smaller and faster and smaller. At the very beginning, the opening was ginormous. By the end of the puzzle, it was so fast, and the opening was so tiny that if you missed it by an inch, I feel like it was an instant wipe. And I think it was the hardest, I honestly feel it was the hardest Brawlers Guild boss to this day. Yeah, people didn't like the snake and stuff, I know too, but honestly, I did all of them, and I honestly think that puzzle was crazy tough. It was actually so tough that my friend, he cheesed it, because he played a hunter at the time. I think this was in Mists of Pandaria. He played a hunter at the time, and he made a macro that did his entire rotation, the entire thing it did for him, with the press of one button. He was way ahead of the curve. He invented the one button rotation, like 15 years before anybody else was doing this shit. And he did it to beat Brawlers Guild, and it worked, and he did it, and you could call it cheese, but he still got the achievement. He got the achievement. You got the achievement. There you go. And now I ratted him out. Okay, are we ready to go, boys? So this is a moth-spider hybrid. This reminds me of the thing in Futurama, the Slurm. Remember the Slurm Queen? She's spitting out that larvae or whatever it is. I gotta get more water after this. Maybe some ice for my coffee would be nice. I really messed up my rotation. Doesn't matter though. Alright, we're fine. This guy's gonna die soon anyways. Probably have to go somewhere, or maybe not. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. Just gonna DPS. Keep going with it. We're just gonna keep DPSing. Oh, he fell down. Probably weak now or something, or it's probably the end phase or something. I heard that there's going to be a Baldur's Gate book on Astarion, of course, because Astarion is the greatest character. But there's also going to be a cookbook of Baldur's Gate, which is exciting. What is this silk for, I wonder?
Without that beast, the Shadow God's numbers will dwindle.
What's the bow look like?
Return
Ah,
to
the black is
Sentinel
pretty cool. It's not black, it's like dark
We need to
purple, but it looks pretty
decide
sick.
the next course of action.
Shield's probably black as well, yeah, or dark purple. Deep purple, like the band. Okay, so how many bosses are in this joint? Oof, quite a bit. We're gonna be here for a minute. Well, actually not that many. We'll probably move. The running, I think, is the longest part. The bosses aren't lasting that long. The running and the waiting for these people, but I appreciate you guys doing this with me for the first time. This is really cool. And we'll solo the other raid after this. Look, at least we didn't lie to you. It did say mount farming today. We're technically mount farming. I was super, maybe the word self-conscious about playing WoW on stream, as I normally am, because I'm like, I just feel like it's not as solid content, but you guys seem to be okay with it, so I'll take it. Because I like it, but I just feel like it's a step down from some of the AAA games we've been playing. Not that I think WoW is a step down. It sort of is. It is, in a sense. It's a fun game to play. Don't get me wrong. But narratively, and from a viewer experience, I think The Witcher and God of War are S tier. Yeah. Compared to even most things we've played. Expedition 33 is pretty damn S tier as well, I would say. But I think, at least for myself, I think Expedition 33 combat's a little bit boring to watch. I think S tier streaming games would be God of War, The Witcher. Witcher combat's not great, but the game is expansive enough and the story's exciting enough that you could go on a long journey with a streamer. That's why I think it's a great stream game, like an S tier stream game. I think The Witcher 3 is. I think God of War is. I think Dead Space absolutely is. I think Resident Evil 7 and 8 and 9, honestly. I didn't watch all of 9. I tried to avoid spoilers because goddamn I want to play it one day so bad. We're going to play Resident Evil 9. When it's not like $120 after tax, we're going to play Resident Evil 9. But they feel like good stream games because they're... Hey, 10 times combo. They're very heavy in narrative. They take you on a ride. Some rides are longer than others, but it feels like an amusement park ride. You get on, if you watch the streamer play it from the beginning and the whole way through, it feels like you get on, you ride on the rails. By the time you get off, you're like, wow, that was a wild ride. It's just snappy like that, I guess. Dude, it's the worst it's ever been in a long time, but things are starting to heal, I think, a little bit now. But yeah, it's crazy. We have family in the United States, Philadelphia specifically, and they like actually laugh at us. Well, they used to laugh at us. Now they're just like, this is just depressing now. When we would tell them how much we would spend on things, so like, so how much is a bag of milk over there? And how much is how much does it cost to go out for Chinese food with the family for 4 people? We're like $100 plus. They're like, we paid like $50 for like 8 people. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. But New York's like us too. New York is the same thing as us. In New York, it's like $2,000 to $4,000 for like a 1-bedroom apartment. So New York's also lost their mind. So we're not alone in Canada anymore. You need more European friends to buy games. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Jesus Christ. Streaming has opened us up internationally. You guys in Europe certainly are living the life as far as, and not just with games. You guys have better regulation with a lot of stuff. As far as like even like food safety and stuff goes, I'm pretty sure, right? You guys are much stricter with that kind of stuff. That's why you live longer. I always read articles about... Oh, nice. What did you just get? Cool, cosmetic. I read articles about how like this thing is getting banned in Canada in like 2028, and it's been banned in Europe since like the 80s. And it's like, yeah, that's classic Europe. 1 liter of milk is like $1. I don't know how much a liter is. I have to check. I buy a carton of milk because I'm lactose intolerant, so I have to buy cartons. But my lactose-free milk is about $8 for a carton, and that lasts maybe a week or less, maybe. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. About $8. Loaf of bread is like $7-ish at times. Eggs are about 7-ish bucks sometimes. Disgusting. I think it's 1.5 liters. I could be wrong. I should check though. I could check in a second. We have bags of milk here as well, but getting lactose-free bags is a little bit harder to find. I can check in a second though. Yeah, but Canada prices are crazy as of late, especially since the pandemic. Shit has been absolutely bonkers to the point where it's so funny how I think most countries are divided because there's political spectrums where people disagree on certain topics. Though this is the one topic where all parties, regardless of the political party, agree like things are out of hand as far as grocery pricing and housing and everything else. When both parties or all the parties are unanimously agreeing, like we've gone a little bit too far off the deep end, that's a bit concerning. But anyways, I guess it's a good thing if everyone's recognizing it at least, 'cause that's how you heal, right? First you have to recognize the problem to heal from it. I will check in a second on the milk now, because now you got me curious. Give me one sec. Did we get a mount for this? Is this a mount? What is this? Additional mana forged instruments when defeated. Oh, but we unlocked a mount through this. We got a mount through this. Got a mount here. So the reputation gave us a mount, which is huge. Is there a boss fight coming up? Okay. There are people behind us, so we can... You know what? I can Google it really quick. Give me one sec. I can just do it like that. One sec, just gotta go this way. Oh, how did I die? What did I do? What did I fuck up? I must have pressed the wrong button or something. Whoops. Probably just summoned me, right? Wait a bit, portal opening up soon. There you go, just wait a second. Okay. I was looking at the milk for you. So ounces. Looks like here we do it by ounces. Probably bigger than that though, I would imagine. Oh, wait for the portal. Happy to wait for the portal. Use the portal to central operation. Central operation. Very good. Going this way, I guess? Is that not where we go? Which way did they go? They went this way. Go right. Down here. Right here. Nice. Nice. We made it. So here, looking at a bag of milk. Looks like it's... Here, this is the one we know. 2 liters. Buy 2 liters. 2 liters of milk, about $8. Yeah, about $8. Yeah, correct. That's why they use the best, in that regards at least. Is that expensive, you're saying, or that's cheap? Triple the price. Yeah, we're losing our fucking minds in Canada. It's crazy. It's not a political conversation. It's insane. It's crazy, bro. Like, there's no reason for food to be that much, because it wasn't like a few years ago. It just keeps going up, and it's silly. It's the same thing with like computer pieces. Everybody's complaining about like RAM or whatever going up because the Sam Altman or whatever they're complaining about. It just sucks when prices go up, right? It's not really a political conversation. It's just no one wants to spend more money on shit, especially when you haven't been spending that much before. It's like, what are we spending all this extra money on? We're getting the same product. Are we gonna get him? Are we gonna get him? We got him! Oof, that was getting sketch. That's a 6 sword. This dark purple is cool. Okay, let's roll.
What loyalty?
Roll on that. Roll on that. We won something, it sounds like, on some crazy. Maybe we didn't. OBP, I see he pinged. He
The
pinged.
rest of you had that kind of commitment. You will need it now.
Yeah, triple the price.
Mencius's reformation is inevitable.
I'm curious, how much is Diablo for you, where you are?
Of energy will tear reality apart and
The DLC.
wake Dimensius. Xalatath and I will try to stabilize the Mana Forge.
How many more bosses we have? Not many, I feel like. Oh, we still have quite a few, actually. I lied.
Find a way back in. I will gather my forces and meet you once I
We have
get
4 bosses still. I thought we only had like 2 at most. I used to buy blueberries, a bag of blueberries, frozen blueberries at Costco. I used to pay $12. That was only like 2 months ago. Now they're $18. Like, what happened in 2 months? What's going on? It's crazy, dude. Base game was $50. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I think the DLC, I don't mind it, like, when it came out. That's not bad at all. The DLC here, I think, is... Which is it here? I think it's $50 here for the DLC. Which isn't awful. I don't mind... $50 for a WoW DLC. WoW is a little bit more, but like WoW or Diablo, 50, 60 bucks for DLC doesn't seem awful because the amount of hours of entertainment you get for that 60 bucks, I feel like pays for itself more than it would in most places. If I were to spend $60 somewhere else, I would get maybe an hour or 2 or less of entertainment, and then it's gone forever. With Diablo, you know, you only pay once, and it lasts for 300 plus hours of entertainment. Or WoW, sort of the same thing. They pay WoW monthly, but Diablo especially, like Diablo, I especially think is worth it. Now, you only like the game, of course, but you know, I enjoy it enough that often I'll play it enough it sort of pays for itself. Fighting these demon hunter bosses. I don't fully understand these mechanics. Things are dying too fast, so we're just sort of zugging everything a little bit. I see we need to avoid stuff, that I see, but like sidestepping. So I saw, supposedly, there's a changes coming to Mythic, which I think are going to completely change Mythic forever, in a good way. I think it's going to lower the barrier to Mythic Plus, which I think will greatly improve Mythic Plus overall. Because I feel like it's lacking in some ways, and most of those ways are the responsibility left on the tank, especially, who has to figure out all the pulls, all the mechanics, the pathing, how many mobs to pull, all that silliness. What is this we're getting? Soul Hunters have a chance to drop additional... Oh. I believe what they're doing is they're coming out with a... Are these the boots we wanted? No. No. They're coming out with a way that shows you pathing for tanks. It shows you how many mobs you need, or how it will add up to... what did we just win? How it will add up to the 100% for the Mythic Plus. Because the Mythic Plus, you have to kill so many ads in order to... Oh, we did win these. Is this what we wanted? No. You have to kill so many ads to fill up a bar in order to complete the dungeon. And people always use add-ons or figure out what they have to do so. This guy's gonna ask me for it. Bro, no. Leave me alone. So... what I saw from the picture is when you enter a dungeon as a tank, you will look at the map. The map will have dotted lines on what pathing you need to take, and I believe it will show you what mobs you need to pick up in order to fulfill the bar, so by the time you get to the final boss, your job is essentially done as a tank. That alleviates a lot of the pressure, and I think it lowers the bar of entry for tanks to want to attempt Mythic Plus, because it was just unreasonable before. The amount of effort tanks had to put in compared to everybody else was just crazy. And it showed because there was a lack of tanks compared to everyone else, unfortunately. I think this will make a big difference. And I hope we get more forward thinking like this from Blizzard, because I think that kind of thinking, and the thinking they've been showing for what little I've seen of Diablo so far, really feels more aligned with what made Blizzard what they were when we really revered them. I feel like they've sort of lost their way over years, but as of late, some of the decisions they've made, to me, seem to show that they're sort of healing and going back to that place that we once loved them. I think I'm always filled with hope. That's the one thing you'll notice about the stream. It's just like, you can call it copium, whatever you want. I never want to be... I'm cynical at times, but I never die on the cynical hill. I'm cynical, but at the same time, I always have a foot in the area that things will get better. These are the shoes we want. Please let me win these shoes. I want these shoes so fucking bad. Oh my god, I want these shoes so goddamn bad. I'm not even looking. I can't even see if we want it. I don't even want to know. I'll just see if it shows up in our bag or not. I can't even look. This guy's still whispering me up fucking things. Can I buy or have this? Hi, bro. Leave me alone. Can we jump down? We use this? Basically, what add-ons do since 2010. Correct. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And this has been my point forever. Add-ons should not exist in WoW anymore. Not because I think it gives people an unfair advantage. I think they should say to these devs that people have been relying on forever, hey, you guys are at this point a staple of the game. We would like to work with you. We would like you to collaborate with us. You'll design your add-on and we'll bake it into the base game. And you can turn it off if you don't want it. But for it to still be a third-party thing, like, don't try to copy what they're doing. They're the best at it. That's why we've been using it for 20 years. Hire the DBM guys, hire the recount guys, let them do what they do, and let them work with your team, and then find a way that you can bake it in naturally, and then turn it off in the settings instead of having to go to a third party. Just they've supported you guys. They've sort of carried Blizzard for free. They never really got paid for these add-ons, to my knowledge, and it sort of carried their game in a lot of ways. You'd have to wonder how successful would WoW be. Probably successful, but I really think about it. I mean, deadly boss mods, recount, some of these add-ons, weak auras, they're so baked into the core of raiding for so many years that you can't imagine a raiding scene or a PvP scene without a lot of these add-ons. I honestly feel like it did somewhat contribute to this overall success of the game. I don't know. Maybe that's a crazy take. I mean, people have been using add-ons for so long. It's not like it just started a few years ago. And not just that, you take add-ons away from people, they're freaking lost. And that's not an insult. It's to say that these people that have created these add-ons have developed tools that have sort of covered the potholes that Blizzard has missed along the way. And they've done such a good job that people have now relied on them as a staple for playing the game. So much so that when you take them away, the game feels like it's missing something. That's how good these devs are at developing these things for us. Why? Where are the combo points? I don't see my combo points. Am I losing my mind here? I don't see combo points. My UI is bugged or something. What is happening? That's bizarre. I've never seen the combo points go away like that. I'm not using my trinket because I'm afraid to stand still. It takes too long to... I have a very good trinket. It's quite strong, but oh, we killed him. That was a fight. I didn't know if there'd be another phase. My trinket is sort of best in slot, but it takes a long time to use, unfortunately. You have to stand still to use it. And it's tough to do that because you're going to stand and stuff, unfortunately. I love this mace. Oh my god, this mace is freaking amazing. Please let me win it. Oh my god, 100! We got it! No way! Double 100! Double rainbow, ladies and gentlemen. Flip that. Look at that, baby. Look at that mace, dude. Are you kidding me? Look at that, bro. That goes hard. That's crazy. Imagine giving that to a gnome. Imagine a gnome taking down a Tauren with 2 of those maces. Mace to the face. Now we do Dimensius. Oh boy. Big Daddy Dimensius. Here we go, boys. Hmm. If I was a warlock, I'd be pissed if I didn't win the mace because I would want the mace for my fell hunter. I would want that mace for my fell hunter so bad, so much so that we're gonna rerun this. And I'm hoping, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I'll be able to roll as warlock. I think I would need to.
We won't. Not alone.
I think I would need to solo it so it drops for me. Otherwise, I think I would only be able to roll as transmog. So druids would always win it against me. I think. So my odd side or even side? Were you not supposed to portal? I thought we were supposed to portal. Whoops, I didn't realize we weren't supposed to take that. Oh well. Whoops. Oh well, I didn't realize what he meant when he said don't take the portal. Oh well. He wasn't clear when he said don't take the portal. I didn't mean he mean don't teleport to the boss. I thought he meant during the boss fight. There's a portal. I understand now. That makes sense. So that was poorly described because he made it sound like that was a mid-game mechanic. As someone that has led multiple raids, that wasn't clear. That he's saying do not use the portal again, as if he used that language the first time. He said don't click the portal. Yeah, I disagree with that. He's wrong there. I'll die on that hill. He was saying he was explaining the boss fight. That would imply the boss has already started. So saying don't click the portals during the boss fight would imply don't interrupt the boss, the same way we did for the Gallywix mechanic. During the Gallywix fight, he said don't interrupt. That would imply, not before, that would imply after the boss is engaged, a mechanic happens, that's when you do not do that action. Not before the fight has started. If you would have said at the beginning, before the fight starts, there is something to interact with. Do not click it until I say go. I will hit ready check, then press the button in the middle. That's how you eliminate people making this mistake. You guys are wrong. I don't care if 39 people say that I'm wrong. You're all wrong. As someone that read a raid, if you're not explaining every little thing, you're a bad raid leader, period. That's it. That's how it goes. You can't blame people for not knowing what to do if you don't explain it properly. That's bad leadership 101, and that's the end of it. It's and that's a big problem with this game is a lot of people they have overinflated sense of self-confidence as far as what being a raid leader should be, or being a leader in Mythic Plus or whatever. You know, they have very little patience, and it's usually their fault. When you wipe as a raider, as a raid group, it's usually because you're not explaining something properly. If someone keeps fucking up a mechanic after 4 hours, maybe they're not getting the mechanic, but a lot of the time, you're not explaining it right. So this guy is terrible at explaining this. Jesus fucking Christ. He's explaining it in too many words. Jesus Christ. This is what I'm talking about. Like, bad leadership. If you were to give everything he said and give it to ChatGPT, and this is where, again, AI thrives, it would be able to simmer this down to, like, 3 bullet points. This is too much information. People are going to die to these mechanics, I promise. There's going to be at least 3 dead, probably more than that, because it's confuzzling as fuck what he's saying. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's talking about. If it sounds like there's some kind of knockback mechanic, just say something like this. He will say this word, a knockback mechanic will happen. Make sure you stand on this icon, you will avoid the knockback, that's it. There's too much filler, too much fat that can be cut to explain what the hell's going on. There was a raid group that we ran with for many years, and the raid leader was absolute dog shit. And we all felt that way. And then finally, when we split from them and started our own raid, it worked so well. And it's because we had really competent people, and I was explaining most of the fights. And you know what? Honestly, I'm not good at a lot of video games, but god damn it, I'm very good at communication. When I want to be, especially. When I need to explain something, I'm very good. And I proved it because we've had very good success up to this point. So that's phase 1, so we got it then. I think we got it. We've had very good success with raids as we went through it. We surpassed everybody that we were competing against up to this point. And it's mostly because I took the B team, the people that no one wanted to raid with, and I said we could probably make them into decent raiders as long as we're patient with them and as long as we explain properly what needs to be done in a non-aggressive way. People are willing to adapt. They're willing to accept that they've been making mistakes as long as it's not done in a derogatory way where they're being flamed. As long as instead of it being seen as a negative that they screwed up, we can show that if they don't screw up and they help, they're actually a huge contributing member to the team. And it almost makes them feel like empowered. And it's amazing what happens when you do that. You get people firing on all cylinders. And, oh, I was right. More than 3 people dead. Look at that. You get people firing on all cylinders, and you get a wonderful experience that you very rarely can experience in WoW or most MMOs. And that's when people are excited to show up, not just to get their loot, but they're just happy to just play together. And I've only experienced it a handful of times. We were raid leaders when we experienced it, so I wonder if that means something. Again, but we handled conflict. We had drama, we had conflict, loot drama, but it was always handled, and this was intentional. I always handled the drama intentionally because I felt no one else would be an adult about it and try to look at the bigger picture. But it worked, and people responded to reasoning and logic, and I said, look, we run this every week, like, if this person gets it this week, we'll prioritize you next week, and if it doesn't drop, we'll make sure you get it. And most people were, at first, maybe a little bit upset, but eventually, people realized, okay, I didn't get it this week. Next time it drops, I get it. When they get it, it is rewarding. They're excited. And usually, once that happens once someone is patient enough to wait to give the loot to someone else, and then eventually, when they finally get that loot they've been waiting for, they're generally okay for the rest of the raid tier. Where if it happens again, if they want a bow and another hunter wins a bow first, they're okay waiting because they know eventually it'll come. So it's only like you got to train that out of them once, it seems like. And that breaks apart raids. That I want this, I deserve this bow, my DPS is better than this hunter. Even though he won, I've contributed more, I deserve it. That breaks up raids all the time. I've seen it happen so many times. So if you can train that mentality out of someone one time, it seems like it's out of their system forever, and they're a good member of the raid team, and they'll stick with it, and you guys will accomplish anything. It's amazing how quote-unquote bad players can be some of the best players you've ever played with just a little bit of kindness and patience. Once we get in phase 2, follow the circles to reach the first platform. I watch a lot of WoW streamers do raids, and they sort of like loot goblin the whole thing. And it always falls apart. People get mad. There's always conflict and stuff. And it's not usually the streamer's fault. It's usually other people. You know, the streamer's only one individual, but other people help lead the raid or whatever it is, and people start getting greedy with loot, and other people feel like they weren't validated, or they didn't get what they wanted, or whatever it is, and then it usually breaks apart the raid. It's unfortunate. It happens often. It's tough to find a good guild, but if you do, it's really magical. And I was lucky where Timeless Guardians, where I'm in now, but I didn't want to run a guild again. When we did it, when we ran a guild last time, it was mostly with friends. So it was a little bit easier to do. Now, unfortunately, because I don't play with too many of my friends, or they have different goals, it would be something I'd do more alone, so I'm not as incentivized to do it. The last time we ran our guild, and it was quite successful, we all left the original raid group. That's what I was talking about when we took a bunch of like the B team and made them into the S tier team. So we were all sort of hungry, so when we left, there was already a good portion of us that made up a majority of the guild.
We're not done yet. Follow me and try to stay alive.
So this time around, I just tried to find a guild, and I was fortunate, because Timeless Guardians, which is where I am, is an old guild, one of the oldest guilds on Elune, actually, and they're great people. Very kind, very patient, willing to take anybody to do anything. They have weekly raids, community raids, where anybody can join, regardless of your item level, regardless of your experience level. That's what a guild should be. If your guild's not that, I feel like you're missing out. Because they, to be fair, as casual and as fun, as cool as they are, they're still cutting edge. They're far superior in gear to probably most guilds on the server. They're clearing Mythic and Heroic well ahead of most guilds still. But on the off days, they're having fun on alts, bringing in casuals. It's like they can do it all. And I guess it's because they have a strong infrastructure. Right? They have people that sort of understand the community mentality of a successful guild. Stunned. Now this is phase 3. And I've been in other guilds as well. And I always go back to Timeless Guardians. Not that I've left them, but I was in other guilds on alts because I don't want to have all my alts in one guild just to take up all the spots. Their guild is so popular, actually. They keep running out of spots. They have to kick people that are offline for so long. So there's more spots available because more people want to join. But as I've been in other guilds, you can tell a lot of guilds are just there just to benefit from the guild perks. Most guilds are like that. Very few guilds are actually super community-centric. And it sucks because WoW is a very community-centric game. Especially things like raiding and Mythic Plus. If you find a team that you run with of the same people, it certainly enhances the experience tenfold, if not more. So it's a shame. I think we got him. It's a shame that very few people get to have that community experience. And I would have expected it to be more prevalent, more than less, in modern WoW, because it's more casual than ever. Mount? Did we get the mount? Mount didn't drop. Does it go in our bag? I don't think it went in our bag, though, either. I think just no mount, I guess. We got that, though, whatever that is. That guy is still wrong, though. I still stand on that hill. That guy explained that very poorly. That was piss poor explanation. Infuse your armor with faint echo, avoid unlocking additional visual effects for certain class set appearances. So that's cool. Is it a cinematic? What's going on? Oh, okay, there we go.
I must remain on the side of the portal, which would leave you trapped in here. How selfless of you.
Oh, Hearthstone, huh? Sick.
Are inevitable, I suppose. But fear not, Illyria. I always
Look at that mace. That's a cool looking mace. It's a shame I can't roll on that, because it is a two-handed mace, and I am a druid. Right? It's not a one-handed mace. Pretty sure it's a two-hander. Okay, we got Hearth. Yeah, there's something going on here. Oh, right, because that's Quel'Thalas. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's funny. I would recommend that leader next time would do himself a favor and not try to lead, but instead just ask ChatGPT how to lead. And then just copy and paste what he says, because that would be a far superior way to communicate. As sincerely, that's not being sarcastic. I guarantee you, if you were to watch the VOD, and if I were to go right now and type in ChatGPT, how do we do the Dimensius fight? Please explain it to me in 3 sentences or less. It would break it down, and you would have far more success. That's just how she goes, man. We can try the other dungeon. We need to get to Valdrakken. This is going to be the mount that we can... We're going to try to solo this now. We've tried soloing this. We haven't tried soloing this, but supposedly you can. So I want to try soloing this. See if we can do this fire axe stuff. I wanted to get more ice for my coffee as well. Another water. I think in the next few months and like years moving forward now, you're going to see AI is going to be a lot more useful for just things like raid leading. People are going to rely on it way more because I've seen some real horror shows of people trying to explain. There's a lot of bad leaders. There's a lot of bad leaders. More bad leaders than good leaders. That's why when you're in a good raid with a decent team or a decent leader, it feels so wonderful because people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that's not an insult. It's not an easy thing to do, for sure. But everybody wants to wear the badge, but nobody wants to do the work. And that's the problem. But ChatGPT does the heavy lifting, which will solve that problem then. So that's okay. Where is it? I think it's in the Emerald Dream. We probably could have flown there, actually. On the flight path, instead of going this way. It is in the Emerald Dream, right? Yeah, the Amir Drasil right there. Perfect. Yeah, I think overall it's going to be a net benefit, though. I think people, raid leaders, relying on things like AI to sort of, like, explain fights and stuff for them is going to be a net benefit. It'll help communicate better. You could probably even implement ways to, like, create visuals and add-ons and specific visuals or guides or PowerPoint presentations with your raiders' names. You could probably even use ChatGPT or something like that to say, here are all my raiders' names, here are their roles, these are what the roles do. Now, what would be the best use? You could probably even plug in the data and say, here are their parses, what would be the best use of each person? What would increase our chances of defeating this boss? Who should do this mechanic? Who would do this mechanic? And then it would crunch the numbers, maybe based on how often they stood in mechanics. Like I wonder if that's where we're going. I wonder if that's where rating is going, is we're going to start using parses to crunch numbers. Parses through AI, filtering parses through AI to crunch numbers to determine the most optimized way to use raiders on bosses. I feel like that's where we're headed. We're sort of already there for gear, right? I don't know. It's interesting. Like, the min-max mentality does sort of min-max the fun out of the game, whether you like it or not, because fun sometimes comes at the cost of knowledge, because fun often comes in the form of discoverability or novelty, and Googling or seeking out knowledge ahead of time before having the novel experience of experiencing it for yourself for the first time takes out some of the excitement a little bit, because you're seeing the boss fight for the first time on YouTube, you're seeing the mechanics for the first time on YouTube, you're discovering what gear you need to get, you're just super hyper focused on just obtaining that one piece of gear, as opposed to oh, we can't solo on this guy because they haven't unlocked the Amir Drasil yet. I did the Amir Drasil quest. There's got to be a way to teleport there from a Druid Grove or something, right? That's crazy. But a lot of the excitement, it's the same thing with, like, when you play, like, Elden Ring or God of War. If you're Googling stuff ahead of time to optimize the fight mechanics or whatever it is, it comes at the cost of fun, because the novelty or excitement of all of a sudden a dragon appearing when you wasn't expecting one, or a boss having a secret phase you didn't expect, that no longer, the excitement of discovering that in real time goes away. You don't get it. Amir Drasil, see, there was a way there. I thought so. So I don't know. I guess some people don't care, but then at the same time they're very vocal about saying the game, there's nothing to do. You know, people rush the content of a game, and then they say there's nothing to do for like 6 months. Is this a Mirdrasil? This is a Mirdrasil. This isn't the Dream Grove, though. It's this Mirdrasil. Shit. So I'm gonna have to... How do I unlock the quest to go to this zone, then? I'm gonna have to do the... There's probably stuff I have to do, or skip or something, to get here. The Emerald Dream. Like, how do I unlock the Emerald Dream? Go to Valdrakken and look for Fire Season quest. After 5 short quests, you unlock the Emerald Dream portal. So you gotta do this shit in Valdrakken. Jesus Christ, it's so annoying. Can't I just unlock this shit all the time across the board for everyone? Can I drop a quest? It's useless engineering, dog shit. Pet battle, dog shit. Brock! Look, it's Brock! Could have fought Brock. It won't let us through the portal. Is there a flight path here right in the middle? Gotta go to the flight path. So we'll go to the middle to the flight path. We'll fly back to Valdrakken, I guess. Might be faster to Hearth, honestly, but... I don't know. But I think when you get to be like a tight ass and you're like super freaking out about mechanics and you're stressed out about raid, I think you're gonna be a worse player because you're tense. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, my guild, which is chill, always seems to be way ahead of a lot of my competitive friends when they're playing like this game. When they're playing this game like they're getting paid, they're still behind my guild, who fuck around in Discord all day long and still somehow are doing Mythic within the first week that it comes out. They're not clearing it the first week it comes out, but they're attempting it. They are killing bosses pretty quickly. They're capping Mythic Plus. I don't know, man. I don't know. They've been doing this forever. I feel like you get in your own way when you get too anal about stuff. I've seen it so many times. That some of the best players are so chill. And then some of the biggest like tightwads are barely scratching the surface of like what some of these guys are doing. And I feel like it's just that tenseness, just it cripples you, I think. It cripples your thinking. I think if you look and lower that cortisol and you can try to go in there just having fun with your friends with no fear of failure, I feel like you'll push a lot further than you think, and you'll surprise yourself with really how far you'll get. I also feel like there's more tolerance to failure if you guys are chill. If you guys are having fun and there's camaraderie in the Mythic Plus and you guys are laughing, you guys are wiping, you're laughing, you're talking about Netflix, whatever it is, I think you'll be more willing to go again or go for longer and learn from your mistakes if the vibes are good, which sounds obvious, but you would expect, I think a lot of people would think, if I want to up my score in Mythic Plus, I need to be with these psychos that are min-maxing and parsing, and you probably will get your goal eventually, but it'd probably be a miserable way up there versus... I don't know if the friends that are laughing talking about Netflix doing Mythic Plus, I don't know if they get there any slower than you. Maybe by like a day. I feel like it's not that much slower because I feel like that energy also, I feel like because when you're stressed out and you're with the people that are cutting edge and parsing, I feel like what happens a lot of times when stuff goes wrong, it's a lot of this is your fault, you're an idiot, the healer can't heal, we can't do this if you're not going to do the mechanics, a lot of passive aggressive energy, and you're not putting your heads together, thinking. You're blaming each other instead. The friends on Netflix, when they fail, I would have... Generally, from my experience, there's more of a creative, let's put our minds together. How do we overcome this challenge? And that is like, 3 brains working at 5 brains working at the same time. That's how you, like, overcome mountains. And it's just a better time, right? It's more fun. That's, like, the best way to play the game. I'm hoping, like, this X-Pack, we can try to find some of that community. Because it'd be really fun to try to find a chill, low-stress, Mythic Plus like group of people that are interested in pushing. If we don't make a key, it is what it is. We'll run again. There's a million keys. You keep running keys. That's the game. The game isn't about this key. It's just about running keys. And if you can find those people, I think it'd be fun to try to push it on stream a little bit, see how far we can get. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to get more water and more coffee, and then we're going to unlock this raid, and we're going to try this Mount Farm. I don't know if it's going to work. We're gonna have to see. I'm not sure. We'll try our best. Give me 1 second. Okay, friends. Sorry about that, friends. Let's continue. Holy shit! How are you? Unfit. It's nice to see you. How you been? Oh my god, dude. Sorry, I was AFK for a second. Jesus. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you've been well. Okay. We have to find this quest. This quest... The timely invasion catalyst gift. I don't remember. Starts around here, I think. And we could probably skip a whole bunch of stuff to get to the zone. We need to finish this quest to unlock the zone for us so we can access the raid. It's a shame there's not just a portal. It doesn't just do it for you. We have to see where this starts. The first quest, how does it fire something, right? Or I don't trust the Google AI because that's set us astray before, so we'll have to. Welcome home. 10.2. There's a portal in Veldraken. So that's not for alts though. I know there's a portal around here. I thought it was like around here or something, but that wouldn't be for alts because you'd probably have to do this. Where would the portal be? Wouldn't it be where we were? Or... It was sort of on its own, I thought, or something, but I don't think we would. Oh, the portal's right here. Oh, we have the portal. I lied. It worked for alts. There you go. This is it, I think. Am I crazy? This might be it. Maybe we don't have to unlock it. Maybe we can just port right here. Maybe that's it. Please work. Save us time. Yeah, that's exciting. I've been thinking about that. That's very, very exciting. I hope you enjoy it more. How much longer until you start, if I may ask?
Life is all around us.
We don't have any of these, huh? I don't remember this. Maybe there's some mounts we missed or some pets we missed. I know there's druid forms we missed. Anyways, we're here. I'm glad we're here. We don't need to do the quest. Let's quickly do this raid. If we can. We're going to see. We're going to set it to Mythic, and we'll try our best. It says it's soloable. It might be a DPS check. We're going to I'm not sure. We'll have to spend 3 days in the office, then ship out the next week. Wow, that's so exciting. Well, I mean, I think it'll give you a lot of stories, if nothing else, at least.
This new foe is too
Because a lot of the job, if I understood it correctly, is sort of on the road, right? It requires a lot of travel. But it's still all in the United States, I believe. You're seeing mostly just the country, which is still really cool. I mean, the cool thing about the States is there's a lot of diversity as far as all the states go. I feel like just visiting all the different states in itself is like that is a lifetime full of stories. All the characters you would just see. I gotta say, I love what I'm most fascinated. I don't get me wrong, I love a big arcing story like God of War, where it's about saving the entire universe and everything that's ever existed. Those stories are fun, but at the same time, I'm always fascinated when you just watch like a documentary and you just learn about some dude that's just some local jazz legend in Mississippi that had never made it famous, but in this small town, he's like the biggest star that's just been playing. He's been filling the concert hall for like 40 years before he like died in like 1920, and you never heard of him, but like everyone there knows him as a local legend. And it only exists in this small ecosystem, and it exists all over the world, of course, but I just think it's fascinating that there's these little pockets all over the United States where it feels like they're their own little, almost countries almost, right? Like it's so culturally diverse. And I'm sure the whole world is like that, but the States, Canada, but specifically the United States, seems really, really like concentratedly diverse, which is a really cool thing. Oh, you work across Canada? So home 4 days a month. The US and Canada. That's crazy. Wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. That's a cool gig, man. That's amazing. I hope you really enjoy it. I think that'll be an absolute blast. Wow. Alright, let's try Mythic Plus. Let's try Mythic, rather. A show I love. I'm not big into reality shows, but Casey likes Hell's Kitchen. Is that what it's called? I think it's Hell's Kitchen. Where Gordon Ramsay goes to these small restaurants and he helps these people that like the restaurant's shutting down and they don't know what to do to save the restaurant. And every time, and this is probably some of the production as well. It's a story. It was a family-run business. The grandfather owned it, passed it down to the kids. Maybe the kids ran it into the ground, whatever it is. And often you'll learn about their history, their family history. The dad was an immigrant. He came here with nothing. He wanted to just sell donuts. He opened a donut shop during the Great Depression. It was the one thing that would make the kids in the area happy. So then it became successful, and he was able to support his family. You know, who knows? It just those stories. I think those stories are so fascinating. Like it's like that is like such like the backbone, in my opinion, of like just like the America. Like what like true Americana is that like that immigrant story. And I don't like reality TV, but often when she watches that show, these small businesses scattered throughout America are often really cool stories like that. And I love that stuff. If it goes well, I hope to visit. Bro, that's so exciting. Oh my god. That would be crazy. That'd be so exciting. Alright, let's see how far we can get in here. Let's see how... So far, these guys are getting wrecked, so that's way easier than I thought. Maybe they did nerf the shit out of this place. I don't see a lot of that here, though. Like, New York is, like, real great for that. Where you'll walk into, like, there's, like, a pizza shop. And maybe it's older cities. Although Toronto's an older city, too. You don't see it as much, though. But, and there'll just be pictures on the wall, black and white pictures of the wall. Like, this is the grandfather who owned it, and then he passed it down to the father, who now passed it down to the son. It's like 3 generations of owners, and they've been sponsoring, you know, soccer teams or local baseball teams for like decades. And it's just and you visiting as a tourist, it's like, oh, this is a cool place, but you could like just feel the history, years of like local teams that ate there after winning championship games. It's just the walls, just they're breathing, just years of history, and I love that so much. And it used to be more prevalent in Toronto, but they've killed a lot of the smaller businesses and built condos and stuff, so we've lost a lot of it. But it still exists a lot more, like, you know, New York. It's a lot of it in New York still you can see, but I would imagine there's a lot of like smaller towns in the United States that still have a lot of that, because it's just not, I guess, like the, you know, the big Texan in the white hat and the suit, the oil rig man, hasn't come yet to dig up the land and turn it into an oil rig or whatever it is. You know, like the classic Disney movie kind of thing. The big New York oil tycoon comes to ruin the small town. Wasn't it like Fern Gully or something like that? These guys need to be healed? Oh, they can be healed. Do they just help us, or is this part of the boss fight, I wonder? I love the local restaurant feel. Walls covered in local team flags. That's it. That's exactly it. They were tearing down a building in Toronto a couple of years ago, and when they tore it down, there was an old building next to it. It was an old building they tore down. Next to it was an old building as well. And when they tore it down, there was a painted on Coca-Cola advertisement. It looked like it was from like the 30s or 40s. It was old writing, had an older woman on it, and it was painted onto the side of the wall, and you couldn't see it because the building was built next to it. But when they tore it down, you're able to see it. And they tore that building down eventually too. But it's like, man, that's history. Like, that was hidden history. That was like history that got covered up, and then we found it again. It's just, but yeah, but exactly what you're talking about. It's a vibe. It's so, I love mom and pop shops. Like, there's a burger place supposedly opening up here soon, and it looks like it's independently owned, and I love that stuff. Because there's so much like corporate now that it's just so, not to be that like anti-establishment, you know, guy, but there's something nice about having a locally run business where they know your order, they know your name, you know them, you know when you're supporting the business, you're supporting like an actual family. There's something nice about that. There's something I feel like that's important. Oh, sure, dude. Let's check it on Discord. When my dad would take us to Philadelphia, where we grew up, he would take us to Ocean City, which was like part of the Jersey Shore. Not the Jersey Shore the show would show. It was actually a place where it was, Ocean City specifically was a dry part of the Jersey Shore, where they would not allow, there were no bars. You could not have bars. You could not serve liquor. It was a dry town. Well, I think one of the few dry towns that still existed in America. They might still be dry as of today, I'm not sure. Because the main point is it's an attraction for younger kids, clean attraction. They didn't want to bring in gambling and stuff. And it was just like what Torrance sent me, or what Unfit sent me. It's this old, it feels like 40s and 50s vibe. The plastic seats, the Coca-Cola signs, it's glass bottles, and it's such a different feel. I don't want to, if I'm afraid to show this, if I show this, it'll just dox you. I don't want to show this, it's going to dox you. But this is unbelievable. I haven't seen this in Toronto, like, ever. Like, okay, I'm going to show it. This is what we're talking about. I love this so much. You see this atmosphere? Like, this is the coziest thing. I love this so much. This feel, like this, it just, I watch movies, period piece movies, and they'll show the characters in a place like this ordering milkshakes, and it comes in the metal thing, and you have the checkered foil or whatever that is, the wrapper, jukebox. Like, it's just, bro, it's a different energy, and modern restaurants can't capture it. And even if you were, and this is the thing, if you were to buy all this stuff and put it in there, it just feels like transmog. It's not the same energy. It has to be authentic, in my opinion, for it to work. So you could dress up any place, any corporate place, call it like a 1950s diner or whatever, and it just doesn't have the same feel. It's just you could just tell like it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. So this guy is our first boss, and we're doing it actually. Thank you for sharing that. That's really cool. He does have a lot of health, but he's not hurting us. So if we can do this. Oh, I didn't even notice, honestly. We could probably do this dungeon the whole way through. We probably can finish it and try to go for the mount if we're lucky. I don't think it's 100% mount, but we could do this so we'll never die. We're playing as a feral right now. I don't know why we're a blood elf. We stepped on something to change the way we look, but we're a cat. But we could go bear if we're dying to something. The problem is our bear DPS is less than ideal, and I don't know what the enrage timer of these guys are. So we're gonna have to try to push as far as we can with cat and see if we can take it all the way. Because if we switch to bear, we might hit that enrage timer. We might just be able to take a bear all the way. Like, it's not a problem, but I feel like I feel like we're probably gonna hit a timer, depending on how long the fight allows. Something I noticed about this game, and this is maybe probably a very WoW thing. I don't know. Maybe Jeff Kaplan explained it at some point. I haven't watched that interview yet. I still want to watch with him. When he was talking, he did an interview. He did 2 interviews. He did the Overwatch interview, but he did an interview with Svand, the streamer, where he talked about vanilla WoW and the initial quests and development and all that stuff. I see the quest here. I don't see what I handed in though. I handed him back there. Is it all the way at the entrance? Is that where she is? Maybe because I didn't. Oh, there she is. I see. And I was just curious. But WoW seems to have an obsession with timers, like timers being the difficulty. A lot of other games use mechanics, maybe as a difficulty or something else, but WoW's always used timers, meaning if you don't kill a boss under a certain time, it's an instant kill mechanic, or it enrages, or Mythic Plus just have timers, or Challenge Mode had timers, or it seems like WoW's always emphasized a time crunch as like one of the guillotines, meaning like if you can't beat this, DPS checks, for sure. Like that's the bar above everything else. Versus the other way they could have gone about it is sort of just do like Elden Ring never enrages. You could just fight an Elden Ring boss for like 6 hours if you wanted, and it wouldn't enrage as long as you can survive the mechanics. But the mechanics are much more difficult than I would say WoW mechanics. So I guess it's just a trade-off. Would you want to give your players more difficult mechanics? No enrage timer, but it's far harder baseline. Or less difficult mechanics with a DPS check. I feel like the DPS check's a little bit harder, honestly, but... Insta-kill sucks. Insta-kill sucks. I hate insta-kill. It's frustrating as hell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the mechanics as much. I don't love... It's sort of frustrating to hit a hard enrage and just wipe instantly. It's a very frustrating feeling. It's happened quite a few times, too. I don't know. I'm really impressed with this X-Pack, though. They've done an excellent job overall. Like, the past 2 X-Packs, the last one I wasn't a huge fan of. Partially it was story-wise, but overall the systems they've been implementing seem to be, in my opinion, more aligned with like what WoW used to be and what we think WoW is, but in a more modern way. So I think it's a pretty good balance overall. I think the balance they've done this time, this X-Pack, last X-Pack, but especially this one, the balance of trying to create new systems or reinvent the wheel while still maintaining what people loved about the original game, I feel like they've been able to balance it better this time, more than they ever have in recent X-Packs. Now, the game's nothing like classic, that's not what I'm saying, but I think they recognize that there is a core part of players that still like some of the mentality, I guess, behind classic, like the challenge, the grind, the grittiness too, and the storytelling, which is nice, but I think the extracurricular stuff which seemed to be they were pulling back on a lot. It felt like a lot of the extracurricular stuff, which archaeology, fishing, cooking, professions. Then they went weird with the professions at Dragonflight, which felt too much overkill. It's almost like they went one direction too much, and they went the other direction too much. So then they reeled it back a little bit now. And now we have all these weird side things, and even more weird side, ancillary, if that's the right word, things that aren't directly tied to player power, more just cosmetic, weird side fun stuff, but it's tied to the economy. So it gives people an opportunity to farm stuff and still fill that void that they did in Classic when they were farming ore and stuff. But it's not, you don't have to do it to be stronger, but if you want to like fill your pockets or farm something, there's all kinds of weird things you can farm for transmog that people that want it don't want to farm for it, will pay for it. How do we do this? What do we have to do this? We have to loot something? Maybe? Do we have to heal? Maybe we have to heal the other guy. Hold on. Do we have to kill this guy? Hold on a sec. Formation seed. It lies dormant awaiting attunement with the seeds of life. Oh, I put it here? Does he do something? Do I talk to you? Okay, we'll Google formation seed. I'm sorry, I've never really done this. I thought we just channeled it, but I guess something's not working. I only did this in LFR. We're soloing this first time. This is a raid skip. So where do we go from here? Maybe we backtrack. I didn't realize. That's a raid skip. That's what that is. I'm dumb. Looks like we go here. Oh, I'm so dumb. You go left and right. Jesus Christ. See how noob I am at this place? I've never been here, so you can't go this way. So do you go right? It looks like that's closed off as well. What's going on? Do we need to... We can't go left or right. What is up? I'm so dumb. How do we navigate this place? Maybe we have to freeze something else, or maybe we have to kill these ads here. Could be that, maybe. Not sure. Maybe this other tree needs to do something to help us progress. Maybe we need to free both trees. Ah, that sounds so good. I'm doing laundry today, so we're just whipping up hamburgers very quick. But I've been wanting to try more recipes in that thing so badly. I keep looking stuff up, but I keep not pulling the trigger because I'm just, I don't know, afraid I'm gonna fuck up. But I have the ideas of like the ingredients I want to use. I want to use like tomato sauce and beans. I feel like some kind of like a meat, whether it's like turkey or ground beef. I feel like tomato sauce, beans, something. Like, I don't know what that is. I know it sort of sounds like chili. Yeah, I've been fucking around with rices a lot. I've been eating so much rice. I've been eating more rice than I've ever eaten in my entire life. I love rice so much, but I've never been able to make rice properly. But now I can make rice properly, so I'm getting it out of my system. The missus is so fucking sick of rice. I could eat it every single day. I never get sick of it. Like, actually, though, it's a problem. Is it back there we have to do it? You have to free him. Maybe that's what it is. You gotta free all three of them. Maybe you free these guys. Maybe you heal these guys, and they open it for you or something. Maybe that's where I screwed up. Maybe this has nothing to do with it, and I'm just making stuff up. But I don't know what else we do. What's the difference between pasta and noodles? Oh, I guess like pasta. Yeah, that makes sense. I gotcha. I understand. Like egg noodles or Chinese noodles or like Asian dishes use like a different kind of than like a spaghetti. I understand that now. That makes more sense. I didn't think about that before. Man, I want to explore there. I've been wanting to make fried rice forever, and I remember you told me about like that I'm not going to try to pronounce it. It's like, it starts with like a J. It's got an X in it, I think. Something wine, I believe. I took a screenshot when you told me like the ingredients that are like often used in, I think it was fried rice. It said day old rice, and then I think it was a wine. I thought you said sesame oil or something. It's all these ingredients. I saw they had them at the store. I just need to pull the trigger at one point. I need to do it and pull the trigger because, man, I love fried rice. We saw some family, haven't seen in a while, not that long ago, and had Chinese, and we had fried rice, and it was so good. And man, I just really like if I could recreate Chinese food fried rice, which is like I feel like American Chinese fried rice. I feel like it's not authentic Chinese fried rice. Like it's like American cooking, American Chinese food, but I love it. If I could recreate that at home, oh my god, it's so good. Like all of it, honestly. I love Chinese food. I've always loved Chinese food. It's like one of my favorites. And again, it's probably so bad for you. At least like the American, I mean American Chinese food. When I say Chinese food, you know the stuff you get at like quote unquote Chinese restaurants. Tastes great though. Nothing like it. But I feel like if you were to do it at home, the doors open the whole time. I'm an idiot. You just click the doors. I'm such a I thought these were the doors, dude. I thought here was the door. And I thought, where's the other one? This. I thought these were the doors. These look like the doors. The door, you just click. I'm a moron. I mean, this whole time I'm running back and forth trying to figure out how to open this, and you click the door. Dude, this is crazy. Oh my god. Not to be sticky. Oh. Is that why it cooks it so well? Is that what's different about it now? Is it a heat thing? And I heard that you can use jasmine rice for fried rice. I have not. I know you can use short grain as well, I think, but I used or long grain. I don't remember. I used jasmine rice before, and you can taste it a bit, but I still feel like it would be okay. Or should I invest in other rice? I have jasmine rice most of the time, but should I just invest in more of a plain long grain white rice? I guess. One time I tried it with brown rice, and it was okay, but brown rice got a bit of crunch to it. The texture was not great.
Your transgression must be punished.
Ah. Oh, that's why it works so well. That's why it works so well. It's perfect every time. Like, literally, it's so perfect that I feel like if I were to order it from a Chinese restaurant and I were to make it to you side by side, close your eyes, you would not be able to tell me which one was done in like the quote-unquote professional kitchen. The first time it came out, I wanted to cry. It was so perfect, and I'm like, I've never in my life has I ever had anything so close to what comes out of a restaurant, especially for how little involvement there was. I couldn't fucking believe it. It's crazy. The only thing that came remotely close to that was maybe the toddy. The toddy tastes like Starbucks, which is crazy to me because I've been trying to make iced coffee my whole life, and that was the one thing that tasted pretty much one-to-one as well, which still to this day is pretty wild. Like an example is I've tried to make pancakes like you get at the diner forever, like diners forever, and I can't do it. I've tried with butter, I've tried without butter, I've tried stainless steel, I've tried the stuff that's not good for you, the non-stick. The closest I've ever gotten is using stainless steel with a very small amount of butter and high heat. That's the closest I've ever gotten to trying to recreate pancakes. But they use skillets, right? I would imagine, or like a hot stovetop or hot top or whatever it's called. But I've never been able to recreate pancakes that you can in the store. But yeah, you definitely do. You clearly do. And I wonder, like, do you have a KitchenAid mixer? I love your emotes. I always wondered, like, if you were to use a KitchenAid mixer, how much different would your breads or your pizza doughs, how would they turn out? Because, like, that's more of a professional mixer compared to your hand. I don't know if it would make a difference. I always just wondered. I feel like when you pay for the Vitamix, when you pay for the KitchenAid, there's a reason why it comes at that price point, because it's coming with, I would imagine, years of engineering to make a perfect product, or a near perfect product. I wanted KitchenAid forever. The issue is they take up so much space, I can't justify it. Yeah, I would definitely like a vitamin mix way before I would like a KitchenAid, for sure. Just because. Oh, I thought we died. Jesus Christ, I panicked for a second. Can we step in these? Just eat these up? I guess we're safe. Let's eat these up as this guy, maybe? The water? What's green? I feel like the Vitamix has more applications. I mean, look, I guess they both would, honestly. They both would. But I would, I guess, get more use out of the Vitamix first, I guess. Like, I feel like I could do most things the KitchenAid would do. Not everything, but enough that it would be a lot of work. It would be tedious as hell. But I don't think I'd be able to recreate the Vitamix as easily as I would be able to recreate like what a the other thing KitchenAid could do. Yeah, I can only imagine. And like smoothies and oh my god. It pulverizes everything. Like it makes the most perfect smoothies. I just do it every morning. That's been my one like really big purchase. If I ever came into like enough money where like I could do something that was just completely hey, it's gotta be a way to end this mechanic, man. This mechanic's crazy. If I could just buy something just for fun, not like necessity, it would probably be a KitchenAid. Or not a KitchenAid, a Vitamix rather. It's expensive, man. It's like $1,000. Jesus Christ. Or something, like close to that, right? Like 500 at least or something. It's nuts. It's... Oh, you gotta kill them together. I didn't realize that. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So I gotta... Good to know. I didn't realize that he's gonna rebirth. He's gonna come back to life now. Understood. So I'm gonna have to focus these guys. Is she taking reduced damage, or what is this? Just stunned. 12-second stun. Right. Yeah, for sure. Making your own flour is crazy. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, the uses never end. That's true. You could buy just straight up, like, almond and just make almond flour. That's nuts, huh? I didn't even consider that. My god, the uses for this thing would be so much fun. You'd have so much fun baking. So we're gonna have to do this fight again, because I was trying to figure out what the mechanics are. Unless I can get away to heal, maybe. I don't know how to end this duck form. I don't know what causes just time that ends the duck form. What is it? If I can quickly... He's gonna turn us into a duck again. I'm gonna... Oh, wait. What's weird is... I'm gonna have to figure out the mechanics for this fight. Yeah, I don't understand it. I thought I avoided it that time. And I shouldn't be able to be polymorphed. I should not be able to... Yeah, okay, we'll have to Google the mechanics. This fight doesn't make sense. I shouldn't be able to be polymorphed as a druid. If you read right here, what does it say? The act of shape-shifting frees you from movement impairing effects, granting protection from polymorph effects and reducing falling damage. That's cat specifically. So I shouldn't be able to get polymorphed. Fine. This mechanic overrides the polymorph mechanic. I'll accept that. But there's got to be a way to break the mechanic or end it, which I'm not understanding. So we're going to have to quickly give this one a goog and see what we have to do. They have to die at the same time. But it's taking too long because I keep getting polymorphed. So I have to figure out, do we stand in the way? Because I think it happens when he charges us. So we need to stand in between something or something to counteract the polymorph, I feel like. Or maybe we do something with the polymorph when we get it. That's what I'm not sure about. So we'll figure that out. Oat flour. Yeah, that's awesome. So you make like muffins or cookies or something with that? Because oat flour is... Because it's interesting, because when you make... A lot of the time when you bake with oats, they're whole. But if you pulverize into flour, you can just use it as like regular flour. For still making cakes and batters and stuff. That's cool. And that's gluten-free, I think, naturally, right? I thought oats were. Alright, one sec. What's this guy's name? Council of Dreams. Okay. Must die within 15 seconds. Duck polymorph. So, passing polymorph bomb debuff between them to ensure the duck is always available to interrupt. Ah, I see. So the duck interrupts their attack. So that's the point of the duck mechanic. Maximize cleave damage. Okay, you gotta keep, so I think I understand. We'll try our best. We'll try it this time. That sounds amazing. I didn't even think about using oatmeal like that compared to just using it like in its full form, but that's brilliant. Okay. Target this guy. We'll cleave them together. Okay, we're gonna go over here and start cleaving you now a little bit. Start putting damage on you. I think she's really the toughest one, honestly, so should really work on her. Who turns us into the... I wonder who turns us into the thing. The duck. Is it the little guy, maybe? She threw the javelin at us, which is what we're supposed to interrupt. We can just take it to the face. He's doing the charge. She's the one who turns us. She turns us. Okay. Now we interrupt something here or something. We use this here, I think. We interrupt poison javelin. Oh, we were moving. Bad timing. We were moving, so we couldn't do it. See? Darn. Bad timing with the wind mechanic. Oh well. She's gonna turn us again, unfortunately. Yeah, of course. Where are you? You're here. So I can break this, maybe, if I'm lucky. Yep, now we can break it. Now there's no wind mechanic. Oh, and it broke us just too short. Okay, it's fine. Okay, we'll hit you with one of these. Hit you with one of these. I don't want to kill you too fast because... Okay, how are you doing? We're going to focus you a little bit. Going to put some bleeds on you as well. To heal ourselves up a little bit. Focus you down. Heal ourselves up a little more. Excellent. Get you a little bit lower. A little more damage. A little lower. Probably going to get us soon, I'm sure. Yep, okay, no problem. You're quite low, we're going to have to wait. It's you, we're going to have to get a little bit lower. Oh, you're turning us again already, huh? Shit, that's fast. Okay, we're going to attack the big guy. Big boy. He's got the most health right now. Heal up again to be safe. Perfect. Heal up again to be safe. Oh, we're stunned. Another with this mechanic. Nonsense. She's quite low, gotta be careful. Okay. Okay, kill you quick. Okay, I gotta bring you over to this guy. Where are you? You're here. Hit you with the 5 points. Hit you with that. Hit you with that. Okay, hit you with that. You're dead. I gotta move. I gotta move. I gotta move. This guy's gotta die quick. She's close to dying. Quick, die. Okay, dead. Did we get it? Did we get it? Boom, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. First shot. Got the mechanics down. Look at that. All you had to do was kill him at the same time. Made sense. Quick Google, we got it.
But we must obtain the seed of life if we are to succeed.
Oh, we gotta sell stuff. Shit, can we mount in here? We can't mount in here. That is a problemo. Yikesors. Sugars and trixors. Alright. We'll throw these out. We'll loot this up. What do we got here for transmog? Anything neat? Well, it's another one down. That's cool. So this is... It appears soloable. It's slightly challenging, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. What are they doing? What fight is this talking about, I wonder? Oh, Drazal lore. Yeah, Drazal lore. Yeah, that was tough to solo for a while, but we ended up doing it. I still need to finish that one. We have the Jaina mount. We don't have the gnome. My faithful leader who almost died multiple times. God, the bald guy. Mekatork, is that his name, I think? We don't have his mount. I vaguely remember this fight. This fight I remember is a little bit tough, if I remember correctly. You have to keep killing the ads, I think. You fight her when she exposes herself, and then you have to fight the ads when she hides. And then she exposes herself again, you start killing her, and then she hides, back to the ads, and it's back and forth. There's some mechanics in between, I think that's mostly it. I think once you clear the ads, she becomes vulnerable for a few seconds. Something along those lines. That's at least the LFR. This is mythic, right? So let's try. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, 5-point bleeds, rip, convoke, berserk, go banana sandwich, 5-point bleed, 5-point bite, 5-point bite, one more rake, one more rip. That's gonna sit there and rot away while we just nuke her. At some point, she's gonna stop taking damage soon. Am I gonna be able to get another 5-point rip off her before she goes? Should I do it? Is she gonna go? I think I should wait. I can do it now, but I feel like she's gonna go. Should I do it? She's not going. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Fuck it. It's taking too long. I didn't want her to go immune when those bleeds are ticking, but she's not going immune, so screw it. I see those mechanics, we're just completely ignoring them and just healing through this, so we're just gonna just keep pumping. There's no ads yet, so we'll just keep, hopefully heal through this. We'll just keep applying bleeds, even if we can't really hit her. As long as I can get a bleed on her, we're good. Yeah. Welcome back. Enjoy. It sounds really good. I've never actually had curry. You know that? I feel like I would like it too. Like, hearing what's in it, it sounds amazing. I've just never actually had it myself. Oh, now she's now there. Now we click yes. This is what I'm talking about. This is the phase. This is the phase. Is this like an instant kill mechanic or something? What's this? These guys getting healed. Interesting. So you got to kill these guys first. You interrupt these guys first. So this is the problem. Is so she getting healed during this phase too? I wonder. I have to wait 13 seconds because I don't think I can interrupt unless I do my my stun. Oh, he got interrupted too. They both got interrupted. I was gonna say it's a 15-second cooldown on my interrupt, so I can only do one at a time. But maybe they're kind. If you're alone, they gave you some kind of mechanic where if you interrupt one, it just counts. Okay, let's nuke her. Oh, this thing's in the way, so I see we can't stand there. So we gotta stand here. Oh, it moved. Good. She's summoning the ads again. God damn it. Okay, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Oh, our mystery box is up. This puzzle box, I think, is from Dragonflight, if I remember correctly. It was my best in slot back then, too. Nothing's changed. Alright. Pop some Convoke. From Shadowlands, by the way. We do have a nearby Asian market. It actually opened up not long ago, and it looks beautiful. I haven't been, but I've been wanting to go. It looks so nice. Yeah, it's funny that you asked that, actually. We passed it the other day, and I'm like, it looks stunning. I can't wait to go in there and check it out.
A grievous sacrifice, but one we shall not waste. Rest well, dear one. Be wary.
I forgot we got this. How sick of a transmog is that? I love it. It's I don't love the handle, but the ball is really cool. I think it's quite rare, actually. Not like super rare, but I think it's rare for when you look at boss, like here, when you look at bosses, there's the regular loot, and then under here it says very rare. And I think this specific weapon was under the very rare tab. This is the extremely rare tab. I didn't even realize. I've never even seen that. So, this drops guaranteed? Well, that's the mount, I see. These are the trinkets. So what drops for us that turns us into it? If we loot this, does this just give us the form? Is there no form? If we just kill him, do we just get the form for killing him? How do we turn into the flaming owl? We have to throw shit out. Our bags are full. They'll probably go to our mailbox, actually, now that I think about it. See if they have golden curry. Yeah, I will, absolutely. Is that spicy? Is that really spicy?
With this seed of life, we are one step closer to stopping Farak.
Yet
Barak.
Yggdrasil is still in danger. The next seed resides where the Firelands invade.
You in essence make soup, then melted it. Oh. Oh, they have different spice levels. Cool. Neat. I learned about Rue very recently, actually. Very cool. God, anytime I talk to you, I learn something new about cooking. I love it. Oh, we can sell stuff here. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we'll just sell it. Fuck it. I'll just sell this shit. We'll get more. I don't need it. It's a hero trinket. It's a hero trinket. Like, bro. It sucks to be throwing out hero trinkets, but I feel like I don't need it. Wait, I'm wearing my shitty cloak still. Where's my good cloak? Did I just throw my good cloak? Wait a second. That might be my good cloak. I don't want to throw my good cloak. I think this is my good cloak. I almost threw my good cloak because I'm wearing this Rishi wrap shit. This is from the other raid. Imagine that I threw my good cloak. I would have. You could bring it back. There's like a restore option, but I almost just threw my good cloak. I forgot. So we were doing these fights with my shitty cloak this whole time too, which means that now that we're wearing our proper cloak, that'll be a slight boost to damage again, which would be nice. Okay, we're just gonna quickly sell, and then we'll get on our way. Yeah, that's tier. Oh, but it's veteran tier. Yeah, we don't really need that. Like, we don't need the 5 set, and it's only veteran, so I'll just sell it, and we'll replace it with something else. Oh, we got this. Question. Oh, we got a mount. I forgot about our mount, too. Shit, so much crap. We got tier here. My god. We have enough space for now, I guess. I will sell a few more things. Real quick. How's this look? Yeah, this tier set sucked. I did not like this tier set. I was not a very big fan of Dragonflight. The story sucked. The gear was sort of ugly. Unfortunately. Some of this stuff was not bad, but most of it was a little uninspiring for my taste. Okay, I could have given it to alts, but we'll just get rid of it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm about to go down this rabbit hole now. I never Googled it, but I see all the time. You go, there's chili powder, there's chili flakes, there's another kind of, there's so many different variations of like chili and different, like, is there a difference between the powder and the flakes? Is one spicier if you break it down more? I always wondered it, I'm not sure. Or maybe there's different types, maybe there's different types of chilies as well, maybe that's what it is. Wow, you buy the hottest one? Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Are the Japanese known for their spice? I didn't even know there was a Japanese curry, honestly. I thought it was India. And like around that area, they have a much higher spice tolerance just generally. So a lot of people that are from the United States think they have a high spice tolerance. And they probably do, but in comparison to maybe other people in the United States, over there, I feel like it's much more elevated. So when they eat something that is spicy to them, to us, it's like almost unimaginably spicy. But I feel like they've just, when you're born into it, I imagine you have a different relationship to spice. In essence, powder versus flakes are the same. The flakes have more contact to your tongue, so they can... Ah, interesting. Ah, see, I could have just Googled it. I never did, but I've always been curious. Do we just go in there? Do we just actually go in this, or do we jump across? Oh, no, we jump across. Okay, cool. What I love about this is this gives me old Ragnaros vibes. First off, this guy looks like Major Domo. These guys look straight up like Domo. But, this gives me Ragnaros vibes. This reminds me of OG Molten Core, which is fun. Wow, that's cool, though. So I learned something about the flakes. Flakes versus... Oh, I forgot about that mechanic. We smack the ground with your big-ass tail. Do you have any thoughts on jasmine rice versus other types of rice for white rice? Or not white rice, for fried rice? Is jasmine okay? Would you use something else? Jasmine too aromatic that it ruins it, or... It's a trained skill. If you eat it often enough, you get used to it. Yes, I would imagine. I had a very close friend that was from Bangladesh. She would eat a lot of spicy stuff like it was nothing. And you would see, like, it would affect her physically. Just in the sense of, like, I guess, like, you could see, like, perspiration and stuff and eat hot enough stuff, but still, but she wouldn't, like, wince or anything. It was just, like, another day at the park. It was like, Jesus. But she said, like, she grew up on it. Like, a lot of the dishes she made were stuff from home. It's like, damn, dude, that's, it's gotta be, I feel like that's good for you. I feel like they probably live a lot longer. People that eat spice or stuff like that. I don't know why. I just feel like it's probably good for the system once in a while. I don't know for certain, but it just feels like something that would probably have some kind of medicinal property. Spice song, oh yeah, jasmine is fine. Fried rice, the dish. To use leftover rice, use what you have. I love that mentality. Yeah, and I saw a lot of people cooking in woks. I know woks. Wok cooking looks like a whole other animal altogether. It's a whole different beast. This guy's way easier than the last guy we fought. Oh, we're losing floor space. Interesting. So we gotta kill this guy fast. Good thing he's dead. Oof, that was sketchy. We would have died otherwise. We killed him. Well, what is this that we just unlocked? Oh, gloves. Oh, those are actually pretty cool gloves. I like those gloves. So I love this. I love when they started doing this. They started doing this about Shadowlands. See his fingers? See how the fingers have those like metal claspings? It gives it that kind of like pointy. Love it. Looks cool. Oh, look how he died. I don't know if he always dies like I don't think he always dies like this. But it looks like he like bit into this. Like he like died like biting into it. Heat to the bottom, as I mentioned. Fried rice wants as much heat as you can give it to stop the surface from being sticky. Yeah. That makes sense. That's what I saw, that when the people were making it, the gentleman was saying you want like pretty much as high heat as you can get. That's why he suggested a wok, because he said woks are really high. You do a very high heat. I think he said you put cooking oil in. That's the first thing you do is put cooking oil in high heat. Like high heat tolerant cooking oil, I guess. Probably like I would imagine I guess a vegetable oil or something. And then you do it like that. At least that's the video he showed. But what's fascinating is, how did he do it? I think he threw in the rice. I think he threw in the rice first, and then I think he cracked an egg. And he didn't even mix the egg up. The egg just sort of cooked. Once it's at temp, then dump the oil, put in new oil, and cook the aromatics. Interesting. That's not how he did it. I like that way better. That makes way more sense. That makes way more sense the way you're doing it. That makes so much more sense. That's how I would cook most things. You would cook the aromatic stuff first, and it would sort of break down or turn glassy or whatever, and then you would add the other stuff, like onions and stuff, rather. Interesting. When I watched the guy do it, if you haven't pre-cooked the eggs, you do the egg first, dump it out. You see, he didn't dump it out either. I would have cooked the egg separately. I would have cooked it that's what I would have assumed. You cook it in a small frying pan, you just cook it to your liking, and then you just throw it in. But he threw the rice in, threw the oil in, threw the rice in, threw the eggs in. The egg was cooking on the side while he was like chopping up the rice. It was weird. When I watched it, it feels so sometimes. Maybe I'm wrong, but sometimes it feels like these people are making recipes just for social media. Where it's like they're not even going to eat it themselves. It almost just to get people to comment. I do love soy sauce on rice. I do. I don't always eat it. Like, depends on what I'm eating. Sometimes I'll have just like plain jasmine rice with salmon and like broccoli or something. And I won't put anything on the rice. It'll just be like plain rice, plain jasmine. Because the jasmine rice, this might be cope. I feel like jasmine can carry on its own. Depending on the dish, jasmine's got enough like terpenes or flavonoids, whatever's in it, that I feel like it can carry with the right dish. I don't think it's cope. I do not think it's cope, though. I don't. I know you say, I had a feeling you would say it's cope. I don't think it is, though, dude. Jasmine rice is not... white rice... I'll eat white rice plain, too, though, honestly. But I think jasmine rice can carry. I do. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Torin. I think Villa's crazy. Oh, shit. What are we supposed to do here? I forgot. I just nuke him. Maybe we can ignore the mechanics. Cool. Yeah. Can I just... Is this a DPS race? We're gonna run out of floor, is that what this is, pretty much? If we just nuke him as fast as we can. Is that this fight? I wonder if we use this guy to heal. If we heal this guy, we can heal this guy. Healing this guy does something too, which is helpful. Do we heal the thing in the middle? Is that what we're doing? So this guy's not hurting us, so that's good so far, at least. Not much, at least. My Tiger's Fury should be up soon. Oh, this guy's gonna die. This guy's gonna die. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Heal. Oh, fuck. We lost him. Is that GG? There's another one pop up. What happens? Scorching Flame. Maybe another one will just pop up in a second or something. Okay. We're gonna hit him with this. 5 points. 5 points. Heal ourselves. Convoke. Maybe we can just nuke him and survive if we're lucky enough. Maybe we can just... This might be cope. Thinking that we can do this before we die might be cope. We're not taking too much damage though, because I keep dropping the heals on ourselves, and we're mitigating enough damage right now. But when this ends, I don't know if there's a phase change or what's going to happen, but our Tiger Fury's up. We can hit him with a 5-point rip in a second. Got it. Got the heal on. If we can hit him with a 5-point boom, we're going to put one more rake. Good. The rip. Can we add one more? Ah, we added one more rip before it went away. Good. So we have one full rip on him. It's going to tear away at him. The rake is about halfway, 50%. We should get this. The dots alone should finish him off. Unless there's another phase. We did it. Whew. So far, so good. We got a pet. Oh, this icon looks like a pet. Get real. True. I forgot about that. Drops on. I forgot there's drops for WoW. See, I'm a terrible streamer, man. You guys carry me.
Thankfully, the seed
Unfortunately, I have to call it soon. Otherwise, I should have done that earlier.
take care, champions.
I wonder if Diablo has drops.
Volatile in mortal hands.
It's better with additives. Rice vinegar. Yes, yes. I remember you mentioned that before to me. I see it in the store all the time and I think about it. I'm going to grab it at some point. I was going to ask, oh, Torin, did you, not to derail the conversation, but did you see any of the trailers for Diablo 4? It seems like they're like, it's healing. Am I crazy? Did we click something in the middle? No. We talked to the charred core. Is that where we have to go? Maybe it's not this way. It looks like this is where we go. Is that where we came in? How do we get up there? The door's not opening. We have to talk to the charred core. Maybe ports us up. I'm crazy. PD2. What's PD2? I'm trying to think. PD2. It's not Path of Exile. That's PoE. Path of Destruction? No, man, you don't like Diablo? Diablo's not bad. I don't mind it. Oh, now we don't do something. How do we get here? Project Diablo 2. It's a community version. Diablo 2 better balance. Oh, cool. I didn't play much D3. I know a lot of people shit on D3. The game sucks. So it's funny because, okay. My friend hated D3. I tried to play D3. I didn't play it. He kept saying how great D4 is. I didn't care for D4. I played with him. I got hooked. And yeah, it's fun. He was right. It was fun. It's not like the be-all, end-all of gaming, but I think it's pick up and play. It's a dad game, I would say. I would say Diablo is like, it feels like a dad game, but it does dad gaming really well, I feel like. Why do you like 3 better? I didn't like 3. For me, 3 didn't mesh like 4 did, but the reason why I'm excited for this is I've tried to avoid spoilers for the most part, but with little quality of life improvements, loot filter, the map overlay is pretty cool. To be fair, they copy Path of Exile. Like, a lot of the stuff that people asked for in D4 that they finally added is stuff that Path of Exile probably had for a long time. That's why people asked for it. And good for them. Was it grinding your games or whatever? Good for them for coming up with this stuff, or whoever did. It wasn't Diablo because they didn't use it, clearly. Now they implemented it. But as I would watch people play PoE 2, which wasn't that often, but I would see this stuff and be like, man, like that'd be so helpful to have in Diablo. Like, why are they not adding loot filters or overlay maps? And now they finally did. We're not supposed to go this way. We're supposed to exit the other way, but I don't know how to do that. I don't understand why we can't, why it's not letting us out. The door's not opening for us. I don't know if we missed something or... So what about 3 was better than 4, if I may ask? And I know Diablo 2 is like everybody's favorite. I know they brought back Diablo 2 or something recently, right? Because people were so excited for it. That Blizzard, I guess, is like, we're not making money off this. What the fuck is going on? People are going to play it. May as well make money off it. Or they didn't. They added a Warlock or something, I thought. People are like, it's crazy. They added a new class after 20 years or something. Okay, how to leave the Charred Arbor. God, I should have had drops in title. I'm going to remember that next time. Huh. I don't know how to leave here. Is this a bug? Someone on Reddit said, running killed this guy, seed spawned, but you can't interact with it, can't click, can't walk through it, nothing. It just sits there. Can't teleport back, can't make it to the bridge. Broke the entire raid. Resetting, relog, didn't work. Ran it again on a different character. Seems he's bugged. Sure, hun. The raid is magically fixed. All the trash dead too. Gotta leave the instance for around 30 minutes. Does a hard reset that fixes it. Weird. So this is probably bugged. Only this is brand new. This happened 4 days ago. It's because they nerfed this raid this week. This raid was not soloable until like Tuesday. They changed some of the mechanics, so you can do this alone now. Before you needed people to finish some of the boss fights, but they made it so if you come in alone, you can still do it. And maybe that's why it's not working properly, because this is the first week this happened. So that's okay. It is what it is. We'll come back. We'll finish it before it resets. We have a day or two. Also play D4 for 200 hours. Part of it is Diablo 3 and 4 are very casual in the genre, especially for people that want more in-depth mechanics to go for PoE. And builds, and also what made 200 hours with mobs having to freeze. I hate freeze and stun mechanics. I agree with that. That's so frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with. That's something I've complained about from the beginning of time. If you watch my, like, the first videos I've ever made, I've always complained about how it feels like poor design to have stuns and CC. A little bit is okay, but it feels like an overall net negative on player psychology when I have to watch my character get killed and there's nothing I can do or learn from this mistake. I just have to just die. That feels so bad. If there's a way to avoid the stun, if like just something like that, I mean, it sucks. It just sucks. I don't know. Give me something that I can do. Like, at least God of War gave you the opportunity to, like, get perfect parries. Like, it's a risk, but if you do it, you're rewarded for it. But just the random, unavoidable stuns are so painful. I agree with that. And the reason why I like D4 is exactly what Torin said. It's a casual game. Most of my time is in WoW. I would love to play other games. We play games on stream, of course. So most of my time, I lied. Since we started streaming, most of my time is on stream. And my free time is stream. The rest of my free time, I would like to dedicate to WoW. So every game now, you pretty much have to play like a job. And if I dedicate my time, my free time to WoW, I can't go deep into Overwatch. I can't go deep into Diablo. I can't go deep into Baldur's Gate, whatever it is. Diablo, in this specific case, I can go deep into because it's not that deep. It's pretty superficial. I can plug in some build from Max Roll. I could just log in casually. I can group with people, don't even speak to me. We run through a dungeon. I get a little bit of gear, have some fun, log off. No harm, no foul. It's a real superficial game. There's no depth, in my opinion. That's why I like it, but I could see that as a huge negative for the majority of people that want that depth. which Path of Exile offers. I absolutely agree. Correct. Yes. Okay. It's funny you mentioned Final Fantasy XIV. I was thinking about it the other day. I still want to play it with you. You've mentioned it, and I haven't forgotten about it. I still have, like, I literally was thinking about it the other day before you actually reached out to me. Funny enough. So I'm gonna have to try to I'm gonna have to figure it out, make time for it. Like, I have to make time. There's just so much I want to play, and but I like to hear that. That's encouraging because, like Diablo, it seems to, at least for me, from the way I play Diablo, for the most part, seems to respect my time. I can play little, I can binge it for like a day or two, forget it for a few months, come back, and it doesn't feel like I lost too much progress or whatever. It resets, you know. But you can get to 60 fast. WoW is real bad with the fear of missing out. Overwatch is real bad with the fear of missing out. But you're right. Every game wants as much of your attention as possible. And you got to pick one. You got to pick your poison and dedicate your time to that. And that's it. Like, I just can't otherwise. I don't know. Okay, but I promised the missus that when she came home I would help her. We have to do some laundry and stuff today, and I should be responsible. Look, we did 3.5 because I was late today. I got on like an hour later than I wanted to, unfortunately. God, it was so nice to chat with you today, Unit. Unfit. It's so nice to chat with you today, Unfit. Like how in Final Fantasy you don't have multiple characters, just multiple weapons for the classes. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. They really turned the genre on its side, or like on its head. That's very exciting. That gives me some time to try to get my shit together too. That would be fun. That would be fun. Okay, let's try to figure something out. I'll make sure I have it ready, updated, all that stuff then before. That'll be an absolute blast. Okay, my friends. Next stream, it might be WoW. It might be checking out some of the new Diablo stuff. I'm sorry to say. Maybe we'll just have the dads in here for that one stream. We'll have like a dad get together for all the dad gamers. And we'll just drink Pat's Blue Ribbon and grill hot dogs while playing Diablo 4. I don't know what dads do. I just feel like that's what they do. We'll talk to our sons. We'll have a pipe in our mouth and a sweater vest to put our hand on our son's shoulder and say, "Son, let me tell you something." I guess that's what dads do. That's what they do in the sitcoms, at least. Have a nice night, boys. I'm sorry it's a little bit shorter than I would have liked, but at least we showed up today. See you guys in like a day. If, probably not tomorrow. I mean, we'll see. Diablo comes out tomorrow, but I don't know if the new stuff is out yet or whatever. But probably Tuesday. Maybe Diablo. Maybe WoW. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Torin. You're very kind. See you guys in 2 days. Be safe. Just blast.